exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder, lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. And now that the holidays are here, there is no better time than right now to head down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. The Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration is back from now through January 2nd. You may say, Kyle, what is the Holiday Love Celebration? Well, let me tell you, at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, you can discover exceptional offers on a new Mercedes-Benz, like the 2025 GLC 300 SUV. It's just $559 a month for 36 months. They also have a full lineup of SUVs, vans, electric vehicles, and of course, certified pre-owned vehicles with rates as low as 2.99% APR up to 72 months on select vehicles. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton believes in the true Mercedes car buying experience. So make the short drive down I-5 to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton and see what a true car buying experience is really about. Or of course, you can go online at mbfstockton.com.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140. Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Drake on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SacktownSports.com and the Sacktown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sacktown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Drake.
You staying dry? Does anyone else remember the Kyle Draper joining us? Hello? Jay, do you remember this? You know, this is supposedly a cyclone bomb. That's one of the terms they're thrown around. Last time I heard that phrase, it might have been the first time I ever heard it, it was when the 49ers were playing the Colts on a Sunday night a few years ago. I think it was Carson Wentz against Jimmy G. And everyone's talking about, it's a cyclone bomb. And they played in the driving rain. You remember that?
I do remember that, actually. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Kyle Draper, thank goodness you made it into work today and got through the cyclone bomb.
I tell you what, man. I'm not going to be like Alan Stiles, and I hate the rain. But this is one of those days where it's like, no offense to you, no offense to Jay. This is just I don't feel like being here, Whitey. like I want to Netflix and chill, if you know what I mean. I want to throw on some Amazon Prime. I want to gear up and watch some games tonight. We got 4 hours, though, Whitey.
Yeah. You have a dog? You have a dog,
Yeah,
right?
I got a dog.
I don't know about your dog. Our dog today, he slept in till like 7-something, which he doesn't do. Took him for a walk in the rain. We came back, and then he went and laid in his bed and curled up, and he's like,
that's what I'm saying.
Good. It's like a hibernation reflex instinct we have as mammals.
But
you can't help it. It's your instinct.
We're a minute 28 into this show, and you got mid-season energy. So you might have to carry it for 4 hours, big fella. I need this energy from you for 4 hours. Can you do it? Can you bring it today? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we got a lot of guests coming in today. We're going to talk to Rod Brooks. Emron's coming in today.
He's coming in,
Slater,
right? In
I
studio.
believe he is.
Bringing
That's my
gifts, hopefully.
Well, that's my understanding. And Mike Pereira is going to be with us today.
Oh, Mike Pereira, rules official there.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I walked in, and thank you. You brought a couple of cards for me. Wembanyama and a Jaylen Brown. And I'm like, man, Emron really hooking it up, because I thought it was him. I'm like, he's here already. Then I realized you're here. And so I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm all about the cards.
Let me show you that card.
Let me see.
That's my father's uncle.
Shut up. What year is this?
1940.
William John, how do you say the last name? Posedel.
Yeah.
Dang. So
That's
you want to ask Emron about this one?
No, I did. Actually, I asked him last Saturday. But that's my grandmother's, who I never met, but my grandmother's brother.
Dude, it's actually in pretty good shape, considering it's 100 years old, almost, you know?
Yes. One of my uncles got it, and when he passed, it ended up in my hands. So.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He pitched a one-hitter once.
Did he really?
Yes.
Oh, man, see? And that's one of those you got to hang on to, right?
Absolutely.
It means more than just the card, right? Let me ask you this, and we want to have Emron on. And I need some advice, Whitey. I need some advice. You know I'm a loyal guy.
Yeah.
Emron's our guy.
Yes.
But there's some other card shows going on around town. I'm a big card show guy. Like, I enjoy it, but I feel kind of
if it's not Emran's and True Sports Cards and, my son works there, I feel like I can't just walk in there. And you know how it is. You're a personality. I'm a personality. Jay's a personality. So people would recognize
it's
us.
not like you can
I can't just sneak in there. People want to take pictures and stuff like that.
You're
so
a TV guy.
Right.
Yeah.
So when Emran comes, I'm going to see if I can get his blessing, if you will.
Yeah.
He says, Drapes, I bequeath you the ability to go to other card shows.
That's nice.
Yeah. So
yeah.
that's on tap today.
See, TV's a whole different deal. I did a tiny bit of TV, but it was amazing how much more I got recognized for that, which was nothing compared to what you do. So I can't imagine. You probably feel like you're, not that it's bad, it's a good thing, but you probably feel like everywhere you go, there's probably somebody who's like looking at you like, oh, there's Kyle.
Yeah. It's dude, what's up with the chairs today, bro? Can we get a regular sized chair? My gosh, I feel so much smaller than you here.
Oh, well, yeah, this is just the way
or
it
is
was,
that
right?
one up? I
no.
see. That's how Carmichael Dave does it in the morning.
Well, Alan needs it way up, right?
I didn't say that, Alan. That's him. But no, man, yeah, it is a thing. And, it's funny. I'm at the games over the weekend, and it's like when you walk in to the building, it's like you're on. You got to be on.
Sure.
You got to be Drapes. And, sometimes you just want to go enjoy a card show without, worrying about if Emran's going to get in his feelings about it, And so
He never said anything, right?
No, he has not said anything. But there was one card show I thought about going to, but it's his rivals.
Ooh,
They're rivals. So I'm like, I gotta stay loyal. I gotta stay loyal. So I can't wait. What time is he coming on? 3:30, I think it is.
Yeah.
So.
You sound like you're a little torn on that, though. You sound like you're getting a little pulled in both directions.
No, you want to know why though? Why do
your heart's in one place and your head's in another?
Right, because ultimately, I'm for myself. No offense to him. Like, I got to do what's best for me.
Sure,
I'm saying, you
right.
know. But Emran has hooked my son up. He takes care of us,
right,
and
right.
so I'm not going to go to these other card shows.
Yeah. Would you get the same deal from any of them that you get from Emran?
I get some free stuff.
Oh,
I actually
wow.
get some free stuff. Like, when he had his card show out at the barn we were at, walk around vendors like, yo, take this, $5, take 5 of these or whatever. And so, yeah, man. Yeah. It's, I can't wait to have him on. He's like one of our best guests. I don't know if I could do what you do. Sit with him for an hour, one-on-one on Saturdays during this show, but in small doses, he's all right. He's all right.
You guys got an interesting chemistry. You definitely have a chemistry. It's just very interesting.
Interesting, right?
Yes, yes.
The problem with his and our chemistry is I feel like I need to shower afterwards. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel kind of, I don't want to say sleazy or grimy.
It's very transactional.
Right. It's like, it's a little too much sometimes, but that's our thing. That's our stick.
Yeah.
But it just happens that way.
Yes. Speaking of chemistry, Drapes, I've got it figured out. The key to the Kings' success this year.
Ooh.
I know what the whole thing relies on.
Spray threes?
Not exactly,
Okay.
but in a way. I was reading today, ESPN.com, and they had some things about what all the contenders need to do to be as good as they want to be. And Kendra Andrews wrote about the Kings, and she wrote something, and it just really, when I read it, it's like, yes, that's it. If the Kings are going to make any real noise this year, what they need, we focus on Domas and De'Aaron and DeMar DeRozan. Of course we do, because they're big stars and are playing great.
Yeah.
But the whole key is that the other guys are consistent, that you can consistently, and not everybody's great every night, but that the other guys, the other starters, the other key bench guys, if they're anything close to as consistent as the stars are, they're going to be a very good team. That's really important. But if you have the nights where guy has a good night, has a bad night, because you go back to the Beam year, as TC said, Beam Team 1.
Yeah.
You ended up with about at least 4, maybe 5 of those guys who were listed in the top 100 list, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody played great.
Yeah.
And I'm not pointing fingers, but I really think as I think about it, sometimes I play well, sometimes a team's disappointing. If they can get consistent effort and production from all the other guys, they're going to be a really good team. If they don't, I think they're going to continue to kind of be hit and miss a little bit.
I'm thinking of this in 2 ways, Whitey, and I heard you what you just said. And I completely agree. On one hand, the reason guys are role players or bench players is because they aren't consistent. That's just the nature. If you were consistently, if Trey Lyles was consistently 20 points like we saw the other day or 17 or whatever, he'd have a bigger role. But then on the other hand, I look at the Celtics. I look at Denver when they won. Jokic, Jamal Murray, they're going to do their thing. Tatum and Brown, they're going to do their thing. But what made the Celtics so great, to your point, is the Derek Whites.
Yeah.
Is the Peyton Pritchards, those guys. And to your point also, I think Mike Brown feels the same way. We talk about his rotation. He's looking for some consistency off the bench.
Right.
I feel like, earlier this season, last season, it's like you throw guys out there, you have no idea what you're going to get from them.
That's it.
And so, to your point, we need a good 8 or 9 guys we know what they're going to be night in and night out.
And like you said, guys are reserves because they're not always going to be consistent, but also because they're not always going to be as good. Right. But I'm just saying you can have the 18 points, 4 points. If like 8 points solid every night is like, that'll get it done.
Let me ask you
fairly
this.
or unfairly, but that's what this team is.
Let me ask you this. Because we're talking about the bench mostly, right? Or are you talking some starters too?
Yeah, I'm talking about all the rotation guys besides
Herter and Keegan Murray.
Yeah,
too?
I think so. Yeah.
So you need consistency from those guys.
I think so. Yes.
Ooh, that's a good point.
And you look how well they play when you get that.
No, I'm with you. I agree.
That's a team.
And here's the thing. We're talking about winning the championship here. We're not talking about winning 44 games. You're talking about being a contender. Right. You're talking about being a legitimate contender. And so I argue, to your point, I know who De'Aaron Fox is. I know who Domas is. I know what DeMar brings to the table. But what about some of the other guys? We need to know, pencil Kevin. But I will say, some nights you're not going to have it. But it does seem like we have some wild fluctuations here. Like you said, one night 18, the next night 2.
The variance is very wide.
Very wide. I'd rather give me a consistent 10 every night than just, being up. And I totally agree with you on that. And I do think when you look at this Kings team, they probably only go as far as the rotation guys go, because you can have a big 3. I mean, we saw it with Boston all those years. Tatum and Brown were phenomenal, but it wasn't until the others played at a high level that they truly won a championship. Same thing with Sacramento here. And you go back a couple of years ago to the Beam Team era, 48 wins. I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. Look at the minutes that guys played. TD, Davion was a court. Those guys played consistent minutes, 18 minutes, 15 minutes. We knew. Now it's like Doug McDermott might give 6. He might get 12. McLaughlin might get 14. He might get 2. And so I think it goes hand in hand too. Like, to your point, yes, our rotation guys got to be consistent, but I think our rotation has to be consistent as well.
Yes. And the other side of that same coin is when you really look at it, we all know this, but your top 3 players, they're incredibly consistent.
Yeah.
De'Aaron, and just nitpicking here, but last year the shooting was a little bit, second half of the year, a little bit hit or miss. That's 3-point shooting. This year he's been so consistent. And the 3 of, Domas is incredibly consistent.
Yeah.
Boy, you just take it for granted. But DeMar too, your top 3 players, all 3 of them are incredibly consistent.
No, I agree with you on that. And when you look at the box score the next day, we know, to your point, what Domas, De'Aaron, and DeMar are going to do. But we've seen this season so far, some nights Keegan Murray, 14 points. Some nights 2 of 6.
Right.
Like some nights Kevin Herter, 16. Some nights 2. It's some of the others that haven't been consistent for us so far this season.
Yeah. The Kings are going to find that stride. And at some point, go on a run, right? That's what in the West, you got to go on a run or 2 to be a serious contender. For them to find that consistency, it's up to the rest of the guys in rotation to whatever it takes, find that level. Not be great every night, but be good every night.
Or even when the starters, maybe De'Aaron doesn't score 30, well, I got you, De'Aaron.
Yeah.
Trey Lyles going to come in and drop 18 to pick up the slack a little bit. Like, we need some of that, too, from our squad, I think.
Yeah, we'll come right back and we'll give Kyle Draper some of the credit that he deserves. Again, next to the Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
I don't think Kyle Draper's going to like this. We're going to give Kyle his flowers here in just a minute.
Yeah, what we got?
There's a back and forth here in the chateau about how I'm condescending towards Alan Stiles, who, by the way, is a really good friend of mine. But they're going back and forth
AC.
about AC and Ward and Manny too legit. Anyway, Ward says Whitey is a famous recording artist. He's the Taylor Swift of the station. So
okay, all right. And I can't say anything bad about that. I'm looking for some sort of backhanded compliment. Yeah, I was about to say. And I mean, you're creative with the coming up with songs and jingles and things like that. But the Taylor Swift of the station?
See, I would think you would veto that.
Yeah, probably. Like, and I love Taylor. You're a fine co-host. I would consider you more like the Milli Vanilli of the station or something. No, I'm messing.
Wow, and here I was going to say nice things about
it. I'm messing. That was a good one. You got to admit that. No, you're not quite. How about, I can't even give you Beyonce. Give me a good one for this guy. Give me a good one, Jay.
Beyonce.
Yeah, Beyonce's a good one. How about Kelly Rowland?
She was my favorite.
Yeah, I like Kelly Rowland. Yeah. And I'm saying that because I'm a huge Kelly Rowland fan. So that's a compliment. That's a compliment, right? Jay's like, aren't we all?
Well, I'm going to compliment you because I remember on draft night.
Please do.
I think Emron was with you too. I'm not sure about Jay. And I'm not saying Jay wasn't. I just don't remember.
You already know, Art. Yes, I was.
Okay. All right. And I was kind of, to be honest, I was like, kind of on the fence. But you guys were all hoping, wishing, praying that the Kings would get Dalton Knecht. And it didn't happen. And he had a pretty good game last night. 37 points.
Yeah, he was
tied a rookie
Put
record.
a game in there.
9 threes.
Jay, I know you got LeBron sound, right? I know you got that somewhere in the system. I find that because LeBron's sort of spot on.
Did you check it first? Make sure.
Yeah,
I'm checking
the edited version. Is it the edited
right.
version? Because one thing this Kings team needed is someone who can shoot. We talked about the shooting, right? But B, Whitey, someone who's not scared, who's not going to come in and be timid. Dalton Knecht is out there playing with LeBron, AD, and he's getting up 17 shots, 18 shots.
Big, bright stage of Los
Angeles. On a big, bright stage. And so I didn't watch a whole lot of Dalton Knecht, watch some of his tape, and Jay, I think, might have been even first on the Dalton Knecht train. But he's a multi-level scorer. He attacks the basket. He can play above the rim. He was the guy, and when he was there, when we were picking, what do we have, the 13th pick, I think it was? I'm like, it's a no-brainer to me. It was a no-brainer because this is a guy with size, can shoot the ball. Like, as LeBron said, Jay, how is that LeBron? Is that clean? All right, he's still working. Okay. You know how LeBron is sometimes. But seriously, this guy is a baller. And the fact that he slid to the Lakers. Think about the best 2 rookies this year, too, Whitey. Jarrett McCain.
I was high on him.
Yeah, you were high on him. And Dalton Knecht, they went 16 and 17 in the draft. So many teams passed up on him, including us. We'll see what Devin Carter turns out to be, but right now, those 2 guys look like legit NBA players.
Right, and it is. We all know it's awfully early to make any sort of conclusions. You go back to Rookie of the Year when, Tyreek beat out Steph Curry for Rookie of the Year, and, you look how their careers went. So it's a little early to, like I say, reach any conclusions. But I remember when the Kings passed on Dalton Knecht, you were crestfallen.
Yeah, because I mean, it made too much sense to me. And during the offseason, one of the things you talked about is we need shooting. Well, Dalton Knecht's a phenomenal shooter. We saw it last night. This is a guy that has a high motor. And the fact that not only did he fall, but the Lakers got him, that pissed me off too, Whitey. When I saw that the Lakers got him, I'm like, man, this guy, this is a great pickup for them. And we saw it. And now there's talk Rui Hachimura might not be starting anymore when he comes back from injury. And I love Rui, but Dalton Knecht is that guy.
Yes. We're going to hear from LeBron in a moment, but it was interesting because I read somewhere that he sang the praises of the Lakers front office, but basically, as we'll hear in a moment, he said they didn't find him. He fell in their laps.
Right.
It's not like they went out and found him. It was just that the other teams made errors. That's not the way he said it, but the other teams erred in their draft decisions.
Well, why did that, how can so many teams get it wrong like that?
Well, they might not be wrong. I mean, it certainly looks that way.
It looks
right
that
now.
way. It looks that way. And it's still early. They might not be wrong. Knecht might have just, got hot and just, who knows? And the player that they drafted might be fine. But as LeBron said, it's clear as day. This dude is a basketball player. And I think sometimes what winds up happening, Whitey, and I got to look up some of Dalton Knecht's vitals statistics. We're more enamored with the potential and the unknown than what's clear as day right in front of us.
Well, I'll give an example of that. Not to say these guys are similar, but a lot of teams passed on Franz Wagner because they thought, he might be this good, but the ceiling isn't as high.
Right.
He's one of those weird guys who ended up being a better pro early on than he was a college player. But I think another thing that happens is teams have their draft boards and they're going to pick this guy and that guy, and then somebody slips. And sometimes teams go, ooh, we'll get him. Other times teams go, why did he slip?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we shouldn't take him. And then the next thing you know, everybody's passing on him for really no good reason necessarily.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what happened here, but clearly something
maybe. And how about this, Whitey? I think also, and this is sometimes where GMs got to, stand on their own, be different, dare to be different. Dalton Knecht's 23 years old.
There you
go.
He
was 23 at the time he was drafted.
Right.
And so it's like, well, his ceiling, to your point,
he's fully developed.
So he's not going to get any better, but he's good enough to help you right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at some of the numbers he's putting up with the Lakers. His last 5 games, Whitey, 37, 27, 14, 19. This is a rookie we're talking about who's this third option, maybe fourth. You got LeBron, and he's still finding a way to get his. That's impressive to me. And so I don't want to say we missed out because I got to see how my boy Devin Carter plays. Yeah. Devin Carter might be phenomenal. We just don't know yet. And he has a little dog in him, a little swag in him, which I like. But this dude, Dalton Knecht, he's a player, man.
I give you credit, give Jay credit, Emron credit. I know you guys were really disappointed when they didn't pull the trigger, but we'll see what happens with Devin Carter. It just what Dalton Knecht is doing right now, to me, it underscores how important it is for the Kings to get at some point something significant out of Devin Carter. They need him to be, maybe not right away, that's not fair, but they need that to be a really good pick for him.
And you know what? I'll take it a step farther too, Whitey. Not only Devin Carter, but they need to start hitting on some of these draft picks.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? They need, I'm looking at, the Warriors and what they've been able to do. Some of the guys they've drafted, whether it's Kuminga, I'm a big fan of Moody, Podziemski, Trace Jackson Davis. Like these guys are clear, solid rotation guys, and so I look at it. Let's look at Monty's draft picks over the years. First one, Tyrese Halliburton. I say he got that right. Score. But he flipped it, but he got it right. Second one, Davion Mitchell.
Underperforming.
Yeah,
I mean, as far not him necessarily, but you didn't get the value out of that pick.
Third one, Keegan Murray.
We don't know yet, but it looks like
good. It looks,
yes.
Fourth one, well, he didn't even have a first rounder. He traded out. Kobe Jones.
Oh, my heart skipped a beat when he got in the game.
Right.
It's the Hawks.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did he play 11 seconds?
Yeah, you're like, my guy.
Yeah.
Who was his plus minus in those 11 there, Whitey?
-3.
I'm just messing around. But you got to start hitting on these draft picks. Not only because I look at a team also like Orlando.
Small market teams have to hit on.
You got to hit it. Orlando's hit on their picks.
Yeah.
They've had some hell of a, obviously Paolo, Franz, like you said.
They almost have 15 lottery picks.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
And they do a good, OKC, some of their draft picks. We got to start hitting on them. I'm not saying we're not, but that's how you build out your roster. It isn't always about going out there and signing 10 free agents to try to build. We need, you want your homegrown talent to come up.
I'll say this, the Kings have not been one of those teams that has stockpiled picks like Orlando to a degree has, and certainly OKC has. And when you do that, you have more room for error. So if you're not going to go out and get a ton of picks, which you basically do by tanking, all right, you're not going to do that. That means the few that you have, it's even more important that you hit on those.
Yes.
You got a bunch like this guy didn't work out. Pokuševski didn't work out, but that's all right.
That's all right.
Didn't work out, but
you got 10 others.
Yes.
And I go back to, case in point, another team, the Sixers, the process. Did that really work? They missed out on a lot. They missed out. Ben Simmons.
They drafted Drew Holiday and traded him.
Markelle Fultz. They had, who was the big man they drafted? And
Okafor?
Yeah.
Jahlil Okafor. Yeah. The game blew him by overnight. They had all these lottery picks, and the only one they really hit on that they can call their own is Joel Embiid.
Yeah, Nerlens Noel was part of that too, wasn't he?
Yes, he was part of that.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't matter where you pick, but you got to get them right.
Here's LeBron James last night.
I don't know. Same I said last year about, hearing that call me a liar all the time and shit like that. So what am I now? I've been said it. I watched him. I watched Tennessee a lot. I did not think he was going to fall to us. I thought it would be impossible. I have no idea how that happened, but very grateful and very happy that he's here. I knew exactly what he was getting when he fell to 17. 17, right? Yeah, 17. They didn't find DK. The other 16 teams up. Did anybody watch him?
Damn.
They should have listened to you guys.
Yeah. I got to get up in that draft room sometime.
Yeah, boy. Get the war room.
Yeah, I got to get up in the war room, man. I might have to get on the payroll as a talent evaluator or something like that. But no, shout out. Hey, kudos to Dalton Knecht, man. That dude's phenomenal. Here's the thing. In a few weeks, the Lakers come here for 2 games, Thursday and Saturday. Yeah. And those are going to be 2 big games for the Kings.
Stick around. Rod Brooks joins us next with the latest on the 49ers on Sacktown Sports.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now, during our Black Friday sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery when you add a base. And Cyber Monday. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Carmichael Day with a simple question. What are you thankful for this year? So many things to consider, but one thing we can all agree on is a well-running vehicle to get you where you need to go each and every day. Jiffy Lube would like to say thank you to all their customers this November. Whether a weekend road trip to Lake Tahoe or your daily commute to work, Jiffy Lube has you covered. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1984. Visit jiffylube.com today to find a location near you, generous oil change coupons, and more. Happy Thanksgiving and holiday driving from Jiffy Lube.
This Saturday, November 23rd, the regional rivalry is renewed as it's the 70th annual Causeway Classic. It's the UC Davis Aggies battling the Sacramento State Hornets on Native American Heritage Day, and a salute to the senior class for Sacramento State. That's this Saturday at 2 at Hornet Stadium. Tickets on sale now at hornetsports.com. Be there for the Causeway Classic, UC Davis and Sacramento State. Stingers up.
Right now is the perfect time to replace your windows. It's Bell Brothers end-of-year warehouse sale. We're offering our lowest prices of the year on all windows and doors. Plus, instant rebate up to $2,000 when you purchase new windows. And 0 payments, 0 interest financing for 12 months. Call Bell Brothers now at 916-444-1234 or go online to thenosurpriseguys.com. These deals will not last long. If you've been putting off getting to replace your windows or installing new doors, now is the time to take action. It's Bell Brothers end-of-the-year warehouse clearance. Call now at 916-444-1234 or go online to thenosurpriseguys.com. In-home estimates are always free. If you're ready to replace your windows or install new doors, right now, Bell Brothers has the lowest prices of the year, plus an instant rebate of up to $2,000 when you purchase new windows or more, and 0 payments, 0 interest financing. Get all the details at thenosurpriseguys.com. Minimum purchase required. Financing based on approved credit. Cannot combine offers.
At the law offices of Dale R. Gomes, we understand that when you're facing a crisis, you need more than just a lawyer. You need a team. Our dedicated attorneys work together, combining decades of experience to guide you through personal injury or criminal defense matters with care and expertise. We're committed to supporting you every step of the way, ensuring your voice is heard and your rights are protected. With offices in Sacramento and El Dorado County, reach out to the law offices of Dale R. Gomes today, 916-999-9033, or online at dalegomslaw.com.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
It's Black Friday all month long at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. When buying a car, getting a good deal, it's kind of the easy part. Where Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram really sets themselves apart from anywhere else is the experience, from sales to service and everything in between. It's why so many people keep coming back to Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It's because it's the place where a handshake still means something. And if you've been wanting to experience that Jeep life, there's no better time than now. SacSuperstore.com, located off of Business 80 across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
By the way, there are some passionate Kings fans in the chateau, and they're saying that we're not giving Devin Carter a chance. We clearly said.
I know, right?
We clearly said, it's far too early
right.
to draw any conclusions. But the fact of the matter is that Dalton Knecht had a big game, and the Kings are one of the teams that LeBron was talking about last night.
That's it.
He's right. That's all.
That's it. That's it. And we said, we got to wait and see what Devin Carter is. We hope he's going to be great. The jury's still out. But as of right now, Dalton Knecht looks good. That's all we're saying.
Great night. Yes. One of the best things about sports, it's full of surprises, pleasant surprises, unpleasant surprises. I did not expect that we would be talking to our next guest about a 49er defeat at the hands or the feathers or the claws, whatever they have, of the Seattle Seahawks. But here he is, NBC Sports Authentic, 49er pre- and post-game host, Rod Brooks. Rod, how do we get to this point? Another 49er loss. What is going on?
Where do we start, man? Here's where we start. We start at the end, because a problem for the Niners all year long has been their inability to score in the fourth quarter and the fact that their defense gives up points in the fourth quarter. So it's like two ends of a rubber band, right? Mm-hmm. You can't score in the fourth quarter. Your defense is put under a lot of pressure, and it can't necessarily handle that pressure, so it gives up points in the fourth quarter. You keep pulling at those ends of the rubber band, it's eventually going to snap. And, we could get into the reasons about fourth quarters, why they're getting to the point where, it's a fight for them in the fourth quarter, what, just kind of like a molecular level is going wrong for them in the fourth quarter. But you can't win if you're pulling those two ends of the rubber band. Combine that with penalties. Combine that with the fact that they are not running the ball the way that they should. And I am mystified as to why Jordan Mason now can't get any carries. It's no bueno at this point, man. And listen, if they don't beat Green Bay, they don't go to the playoffs. Green Bay, they still have a 54% chance of going to the playoffs. If they lose, it's a 14% chance. This is a must-win game, and we're not even at Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Drapes, Magic used to call fourth quarter winning time. Yes.
Yes, sir.
For the Niners, it's losing time.
Okay.
They find a way to, hey, you set that one up. I did. He set that one up,
That was
right?
a mistake.
He set that one up. That wasn't me.
Slide that over to
But you're not
Drapes.
lying, though. I mean, let's keep it a buck. It's the truth.
Right. That they finding ways to lose, right? So where does the blame lie? People talk about, well, the offense got to do more. Defense got to hold them. I maintain, and we talked about this on the show yesterday, I believe it was, the heat is turning up on Kyle Shanahan. I'm not saying that the water's boiling or anything like that. I'm not saying that it's, bubbles are flying, but it's a little hot. Like, should fingers be pointed at him a little bit more now, so?
But fingers point at him, fingers point at a bunch of people. But when you're the head coach, yeah, man, the majority of the fingers are going to be pointed at you. And I think some of the criticism is warranted and legitimate. Now, this whole, and I know you guys are not doing it or you're not referencing it right now, and I'm sure you haven't gone down this road, but this entire idea of fire Kyle Shanahan, he's not good, get rid of him, is just stupid. I know a lot of that's going down on Twitter or X or whatever they're calling it nowadays, and understanding fully that social media is not real life. But to me, that's just, that's unintelligent. If I'm going to try to be classy for once to say Kyle Shanahan should be fired. Now, that being said, Kyle Shanahan deserves some of the blame. Like I just referenced a little while ago, the Jordan Mason thing just absolutely mystifies me. I honestly don't understand it. I believe I mentioned this last week when it comes to Deebo Samuel and how he's used. He ain't the same dude anymore. He's not. I mean, he's only averaging about 2.8, 2.9 yards a carry. So because of that, why are we still giving him the ball in the backfield and on sweeps? That dog is not hunting. And they did that on Deebo Samuel got more run than Jordan Mason did. I don't understand that. I don't understand Brock Purdy having to not always, but far too many times worry about a free blitzer coming instead of them having the ability to slide the protection over. Whether it's giving Brock Purdy a little bit more of that or the offensive line not necessarily doing its job. So I think the criticism of Kyle Shanahan, of him being stubborn, of him not changing, of him having some ownership of the current state of the Niners, I completely and totally think that's warranted. But I also think it's warranted, again, to talk about certain players and certain situations. The offensive line, particularly center and right tackle, is killing them. It killed them in the run game against Seattle last week. You have other guys, Fred Warner, who we love for whatever reason, and I don't know, but over the last couple of weeks, Fred Warner has not necessarily, been his usual outstanding self. And obviously injury has a lot to do with it, but it's the NFL. People get injured all the time. So I just think that the cumulative effect of so many years of playing high-stakes football into January, into February, along with getting everybody's best shot, along with, I do think the league having a better understanding as to how to defend that Shanahan family zone running scheme, the Niners' red zone issues. We could keep going on down the list. All of these things have conspired to put the Niners, along with the Niners' own doing, to put them in the situation where they are right now, which is 5-5 and staring down the barrel of a must-win game.
Yeah, Rod, to your point about how ridiculous the Shanahan narrative has become, a station where I used to work in the Bay, and I get along with everybody there. They're all my friends. I love them. But they had a question today. who would you rather have as your coach right now, Kyle Shanahan or Jim Harbaugh? I'm like, we're better than that. Come on. That's ridiculous.
Well, you know what kills me, and all respect to Jim Harbaugh, because clearly his resume speaks for itself. Where he goes, they have immediate success. But the romanticization of Jim Harbaugh's time with the Niners just baffles me, because it was good, and when it was great, it was great. But let's not sit here and talk about, like the Niners were slinging the ball all over the place offensively with Jim Harbaugh. It was pulling teeth watching that Greg Roman offense and Jim Harbaugh coach team. It was baffling to watch that offense try and do anything. And they couldn't. They had success. They went to the Super Bowl. It was all great. But romanticizing his time with the Niners and using that romanticization of his time to ding Kyle Shanahan, I just find that to be unintelligent.
Thank you.
All right.
Very diplomatic today.
All right,
He's pulling his punches a little bit, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Because I don't want to say what I want to say.
Right.
You're talking about it, and I dig those people too. I think that's silly, man. You can criticize Kyle Shanahan without, in essence, creating a narrative about Jim Harbaugh's time with the Niners to beat down Kyle Shanahan. You don't have to do that, in my estimation. But again, I do think the criticism of Shanahan or this team currently and going forward, it's something that has to be talked about, because just doing notes to get ready for the game on Sunday, the Niners are terrible in the red zone. They're 27th. You know who's right behind them? Green Bay. 28th. You look at the bottom of the order in red zone touchdown percentage. The majority of those teams, if not all of them, are all teams that run that zone read Shanahan family run system. So clearly, and we saw it in the Super Bowl last year, if you have the personnel, you man up on the outside, you overload blitzes on one side, and that's how you are able to make the Shanahan family run system, as I like to call it. That's how you make it clunky. That, especially when you get into that red area, when you get into that compressed zone. So now it's up to employ that scheme, but specifically Kyle Shanahan, it's up to him to adjust. What those adjustments are, I don't know. I ain't that smart, but clearly something needs to be done.
That's really interesting. Yes. The wide zone.
Right.
Defensive coordinator catching on. They solved it.
They know how to penetrate that. All right, Rod, because I know, they're 5-5 now. You got Green Bay and then Buffalo. Give Niners fans reason for optimism, or is there any right now?
No, I think there's optimism, first and foremost, because we have a quarterback. We all know that this is a quarterback-driven league. And if you have a quarterback, you have a chance to win football games. So Brock Purdy, in my estimation, has been as good or at times better than he was last year. And I think about particularly, I think about the fact that his ability to run the ball has helped the Niners out when it comes to extending drives, getting first downs. Matter of fact, he's the leading rushing touchdown leader on the Niners with 4. Now, here's the problem. That ain't sustainable. All right, you're not going to get to the playoffs and do anything of note in the playoffs when your quarterback, if he's not Lamar Jackson, with your quarterback being your leading rushing touchdown getter, so to speak. But they have a quarterback, and they have Christian McCaffrey, who I'm sure you guys can see this too. He's not exactly where he needs to be and where he wants to be. And I think that has nothing to do with the Achilles tendon. I think that has everything to do with the fact that he's only played 2 meaningful football games, over the course of the last 9-10 months, however it is. So I think he's getting to that point. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a breakout game against Green Bay. He's trending in that direction, but he's got to get some help from his offensive line, particularly his center, and those interior center and left guard, particularly center and Jake Brendel. Another reason to be optimistic. George Kittle's the best tight end in football. George Kittle's going to play this weekend. And not only has George Kittle saved them in the red zone, but we saw this without George Kittle against Seattle. The run game is it's concrete in the washing machine without George Kittle. That's how important tight end. And the Niners were unable to replicate his ability to run block. I mean, they tried to go with an extra offensive lineman in the first couple of series against Seattle to try and get that George Kittle run blocking in there, and they simply couldn't do it. So you're getting George Kittle back, and he projects to be there for the rest of the season. The Bosa thing, if he's healthy, he's still Nick Bosa. Fred Warner, I know, as I mentioned, the last couple of weeks, he's kind of been below his usual excellent standard. I don't think that's going to last unless we're talking about something wrong with him physically. And again, I don't know if that's the case. The young defensive backs that the Niners have, and the other young players, whether we're talking Dominic Clooney on that offensive line at right guard or Garindo and Mason, if they get used, there's still a ton of talent on this team. Jawan Jennings emerging as, their number one receiver. There's still too much talent on this team for them to completely and totally go off the cliff. But they got to clean some things up, like penalties, like figuring out the lack of fourth quarter scoring and giving up the defense 10 points in the fourth quarter in all of those games. So it's there, but you can see how they're teetering on the brink right now, which is how you get to the point where you're 5-5 and you're staring down the barrel of a must-win game at Green Bay before Thanksgiving.
Yes, Rod, we'll be watching pregame live, postgame live. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks. We appreciate it.
All right, fellas, always fun. Be good.
All right, Rod.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah.
All right.
A little fired up today.
Yeah, he's on one today. He's been holding this in ever since that loss, Uh-huh. He's fired up at people.
Now, do you have your 49er excuse list handy? Because I got a good one for you.
I got it right here.
I got a really good one for you.
And you want me to write this one down?
Legit. You're going to want to write it down. It is legit, and it's next with the Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? Sunpoint Public Adjusters can help. Sunpoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call Sunpoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. Sunpoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit khtk.com. Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
When it's all on the line, you need a big time closer. That's especially true when it comes to your garage door. That's why I proudly recommend National Garage Door. Whitey Gleason here for National Garage Door. And whether you're looking to repair an existing door or get a brand new one installed, you need National Garage Door. Family owned and operated. They've been around since 1974 because service is their number one priority. National Garage Door are the region's BSE broken spring experts, and the styles, prices, and quality of the new doors will amaze you. I know they amazed me. Our garage door was starting to sound kind of like a box of scrap metal tumbling down the stairs. So Kevin from National Garage Door came out. He said patching up the old one was an option, but we're going with a new garage door, and we're as excited about that as you can be about a new garage door. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer branded garage doors. They offer sales, service, and installation on all residential and commercial doors and operators. If you have garage door needs, old ones coming apart, or you're looking to improve your curb appeal, let National Garage Door come through for you in the clutch and be your closer. 338-4554 National Garage Door.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch.
I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Black Friday is on its way at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, and there's no better place to shop for all your power tools. Low price Makita Bear tools starting at $89, Makita batteries starting at just $49, and many more of the year's hottest deals. November 25th through December 2nd. That's right, one whole week of crazy deals on power tools. So don't forget, our Black Friday sale will be November 25th through December 2nd. Check us out at 6701 Power Inn Road or online at fastenersinc.net.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Very interesting. I'm not going to dive into it headlong right now, but in the Chateau, there are a lot of Kings trade conversations going on.
Really?
Graves,
That's going on now?
Ideas. Yeah, we're not going to get into it, but it's
Okay,
just
all
interesting
right.
to see it going on as people throw around this guy, that guy. The whole Dalton Knecht conversation kind of triggered some things with some fans. Some fans are frustrated that we're even bringing it up. You know, like, who cares about him? Other fans, I think, are frustrated that the Kings didn't draft him. So kind of a
Okay.
trying to touch
all
the
right.
nerve there a little bit with that.
Well, I mean, that's what happens, though, right? Like a guy has a good game. Oh, man, we should have drafted him. We messed up.
Sure.
Tyrese Halliburton has a bad game. See, where everybody at now? It's so reactionary, the nature of what we do. It's something happens, we react to it. And so a guy has a bad shooting game. Oh, we got to get rid of him. We got to trade him. And so that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
You know, whenever I bring up something that may or may not have happened when the Kings played the Lakers in the playoffs in 2002.
Yeah, way back.
Jay says he waves it off. Like,
Yeah,
he's done with that.
we're done.
Which
Move
I
on.
understand.
Right.
I understand that.
Done with last season too. Wave that off.
I'm still going to talk about it, but I understand where it's coming from. To me, the wave it off, we're done with that is the whole Halliburton, Fox, the bonus thing.
That's
Now,
that's played out.
I understand why
right?
people talk about it, but to me, it's like we're over that. We're
Yeah,
done. It's done.
I'm with you. That whole discussion to me is played
Thank
out.
you. Yes.
Even if Fox goes on for 100, I don't care. It has no reflection on Tyrese Halliburton. Halliburton goes off for 60. So what? Good for him. It has no reflection on what we're doing. And
Right,
so the people
right.
that bring this up back and forth, they're just trolling. Really, they're just looking for engagement, looking for clicks, which is sad.
I think some of it has to do with kind of an inherent sense of insecurity here amongst Kings fans. Not all, but some I think are, some Kings fans are so sensitive to all that. It's like, oh yeah, well look what Fox just did. And Halliburton's averaging 16 a game or whatever.
Right.
So I get it, but to me, I'm with you. It's like, we're over that.
But here's the thing. If we do that out here, then we're giving license to Pacer fans when they get the upper hand
Yeah,
to
you're
say,
right.
see, look at
You're
our
right.
guy. And it just keeps going back and forth. Where does it end, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's ridiculous to me.
All right, you have your little excuse book out, right?
Oh, yeah. What you got for me? What you got?
We didn't talk about this. I'm sure we'll talk about it with Mike Pereira when he joins us today. Did you hear about Seattle's Phantom timeout?
No,
This about all that.
This is brand new. I have not heard
Did
this.
you hear about any of that, Jay?
A little bit.
Little
I saw he talked about like on another station.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, their flagship in the Bay. 49ers, remember they had the stand there, fourth down stand.
Yeah.
And they get the ball, they run for 11 yards, and then it's like -1, incomplete, short of the sticks,
Yeah.
they got a punt. Okay. So it's 4th and 6, and they go to punt.
Yeah.
Seahawks call timeout. They want to stop the clock. Timeout ended. Everyone lined up for the punt. The officials, and I'm reading here a little bit from Patrick Holloway. Officials stopped the game again. A discussion followed, taking more minutes of our lives. The clock started up again without an explanation. What happened was the Seahawks did call a timeout. They called a second timeout. They called timeout, and they call a second timeout. You can't
do that, right?
That's a 5-yard penalty.
Oh, it is?
It's
I
a
was wondering if it was a
5-yard
penalty because then they discussed it and then it was like, all right, we just play on. There's nothing happened.
Right.
Ah.
So Kyle Shanahan said yesterday, you get those 5 yards, we're either going to try to kick a field goal or we're going to go for it because then it's 4th and 1.
Okay. So I'm gonna write down this excuse. What is the referee screwed them?
That's reality.
Yes.
Ref screwed them.
The officials did not properly enforce the rules.
Now, would you be writing this down if this was the Kings?
No, I'm just saying. You know what? But it's not Jay.
But
you
I'm
know
just
what I mean?
asking, just outsider looking in.
If it was the Lakers, I would. If Laker fans were making excuses, I would. But here's the thing.
You can write it down because this is a good one.
Nah,
this
but
should be written down.
So officials?
We don't know if they would have made the field goal. We don't know if they would have got stopped on 4th and 1.
Oh, me and
That's
Jay
an
know.
excuse. There was
They
still game time left. Defense is out there. Make a stop, Whitey.
Mike Pereira on the radio station.
I'm going to take Mike to task. Just so you know, I'm not going to let Mike spread this out there and be like.
Mike is just telling the truth.
But all
He's
these
saying-
Niner sites are picking it up now.
He says it is clear Seattle asked for a second timeout. What you are to do when a team asks for a timeout when they are not entitled to it, either they are out of timeouts or they already called one in that same dead ball period. What you do is ignore it. Now, it didn't get ignored. It got granted. So what is the rule? Is it a do-over at that point because the officials erroneously granted that? No. It is a 5-yard penalty.
Nah, hold up.
Even though the official shouldn't have stopped it,
Mike
it is
Pereira,
a 5-yard
what is he
penalty.
doing?
When he does, he says that is a rule.
No, what happened is, and I'll ask Mike this when he comes on later today, the timeout really wasn't granted. The official waited for timeout, then realized his mistake, realized he should have ignored the request and kept it playing. That's what happened. The full timeout wasn't granted, Whitey.
Mike Pereira, judgment is hard. Rule is not. Did he reach in there? Did he make contact? I don't know. I think he did. But a rule is a rule.
Am I making a good point, though?
I'm not even
am I making a good point? The full timeout wasn't granted. Sure, the ref waved it, called timeout, but then realized the error of his mistake, and they took it back because he should have ignored it. That's what Mike Pereira is saying. He's saying,
but he didn't.
If they already called one in that same day, what you do is ignore it.
But they didn't do that. They granted the timeout. Once you do that, it's 5 yards.
But then that's leaving it up to the official, right?
No,
that's a problem with kind of the rule, though, right?
That's the official's job.
No,
Some
but-
things you leave up, like enforcing the rules, is what you leave up to the
But
official.
how can you ignore it? He says what you do is ignore it. Like
you
to
don't
me,
have a
that's a
timeout.
gray area. That's a gray area.
You
like
do one or the other. You don't give them the timeout.
One
and then
official
ignore it.
ignores it, another doesn't. Like, come on, the NFL needs to clean up that rule.
Quote, it didn't get ignored, it got granted, says Mike Pereira, who also says, quote, to me, it's one of those unforgivables, end quote.
He said unforgivables?
Yes, he did.
All right, I got ref screwed Niners on the excuses. Here's the thing, though, fellas, and the refs got it wrong. Mike Pereira, very well respected. We get that. But there are calls during the game where the rules official that the television stations use, their rules experts, say, I disagree with that call. I wouldn't have made that call. It happens, Whitey. And so Mike Pereira is saying you either ignore it or you don't. He probably would have ignored it. It happens. Things get, referees mess up. It's okay.
No,
That's not it.
It's unforgivable.
Unforgivable. Yeah, I got to hear why he said unforgivable. I'm going to grill him on this one.
He's going to join us at about 5 o'clock. So
Good.
Since you're making your list, I thought that has to be.
That might be at the top of the list.
On your list.
And what's today, Whitey? Wednesday?
Uh-huh.
So we're talking about a game that happened Sunday. You're grasping at straws here,
Mike
big fella.
Pereira's on the show today. Obviously, we're going to
Friday,
talk
you're
about
going
him.
to come up with some other excuse. Come on.
Thursday, I won't because you won't be here.
I won't be here.
Yes.
Exactly.
But Anthony Slater will be here next. We'll see
Our guy Slater.
what Anthony thinks of the Kings 8-7 start and what they should think of it when we come back here. Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
Introducing TGL presented by SoFi, golf's newest league on ESPN and ESPN+. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. To learn more, visit tglgolf.com and tune into the inaugural season beginning January 7th. Keep up. It's golf.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of The Pen, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing kit, because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, The Pen is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare. With Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow, you can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Kyle Draper for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. It's that time of year. You know what time of year it is. The Mercedes-Benz Vans year-end sales event is underway. Don't think twice, because it's the perfect opportunity to take your drive to the next level. They're perfect for any business needs. Mercedes-Benz Vans, they offer a wide range of commercial vehicles. Trust me on this. They got Sprinter vans. You could turn it into a worker cargo van, a worker passenger van, or how about just a plain old passenger van? I could do that also. They're fully customizable. And one of the things I love about their Sprinter vans, I'm a big guy. I could fit in them comfortably. So now is the time to head down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. They can help you with all your van needs. Ask about customer cash and even special financing options. And business owners, now is the time to take advantage of those year-end tax breaks. So take the short drive down I-5 or go online anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com, and tell them your boy Drape sent you.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
Eric Stoneburner in the chat asks, is this the 40 Whiner segment? We're just explaining the rules of football.
Stone, I love it. I love it. Oh, man.
How they should have been applied in that instance. Dennis Youngblood, I love how my Kings fans are rubbing it in Pacers' faces. The Pacers fans and media rubbed it in our face about Halliburton. So I don't know that that's going away anytime soon.
I'm done. I'm
with you. I'm finished with that too.
Oh, I'm looking at the text line, man. There's some stuff for you on the text line to check out too. As I,
that's
that looks kind of serious, right? That looks kind of serious, you know. And so I was like, all right, let me holler at my boy Whitey. Point this out here, right there. That's something you could take.
That's definitely something.
That's something. Yeah. So
that would have noticed.
Right.
That, yeah.
Exactly. So you know, I don't want to be in your pockets or anything, but
yeah.
So
thanks for the heads up there. You think someone would have noticed that?
Right. You think so?
That's on me.
You think
That's
so?
All right. Nice enough to join us now. He is the NBA writer at large for The Athletic, covers the Warriors. Of course, he lives in the area. He knows the Kings very well. Anthony Slater. Slates, thanks so much for your time. How do you think the Kings feel? How do you think they should feel about this 8-7 start?
Oh, man, that's a good question. I think that probably kicking themselves a little, considering a lot of the opponents on the schedule, that it's not something more towards like 10-5. You know, I think weirdly this like 3-game subsection they just had without, you know, a lot of their main guys. Man, they would have felt a lot better going 2-1 instead of 1-2. And I know H game was down to the end, but you know, if you're sitting there right now 9-6, feeling pretty good about how Fox dragged you without Sabonis, Monk, and DeRozan, you know, to a 2-1 there, and then you know you're probably getting at least a couple of your guys back after a nice rest here. You'd feel better, but I don't know. Again, we're 15 games into an 82-game season, so you can't be kicking yourself too hard about the difference between, you know, like I said, 10-6 and 8-7.
Yeah, Anthony Slater joining us. Slates, when you look at the Kings 8-7, they haven't been able to win some of these close games. Why do you think that is? Is it just because of some of the injuries, or what's happening with this team through the first 15, you think?
Yeah, I mean, again, so a lot of this is, you know, in my opinion, like crunch time is luck. A lot of like analytics people in the league will tell you that. You know, it's, there's not some grand, reason that Fox got stripped by Dyson Daniels with 2 seconds left. He could have easily just, you know, that ball doesn't get stripped. He rises up, hits a bank shot, and, you know, you have one extra win. There's not it's just
Anthony Slater with us from The Athletic, of course. Anthony, De'Aaron Fox's incredible weekend, does it in any way alter the perception of him league-wide?
Yeah, I do think you need those moments throughout a season to remind the national populace, the people that are, voting on awards, the fans that are voting you in the All-Star game, about what you're doing. Because if De'Aaron Fox doesn't score 60 and back that up with, 49, there's probably a lot of people, particularly on the East Coast, that aren't tuning in to Kings Hawks, or Kings Jazz, Kings. The Kings Wolves game was that was a pretty highlight game, especially on a cup night playing Edwards. But to have 60 in that game, that's a loud statement. And I do think over the course of an 82 game season, you do need some of those loud statements. I think Sabonis is over the last couple of years, and Sabonis was all NBA third team last year and All-Star. His were just those statistical anomalies that you'd hear about that would make national news, that would be on the scroll of ESPN, whatever you want to see, make headlines, which was, hey, he did something that hasn't been done since Wilt Chamberlain. Well, Fox just had one of those, right? 109 points in 2 games. You start to see him, Kobe, Wilt. That's going to get talked about when people are voting for awards and stuff like that. You will remember stuff like that.
Hey, Anthony, a hot topic this week has been the play of Keegan Murray. Fans are wanting more from him. What do you think about Keegan's season so far, and does he need to have a better offensive output for this Kings team to get where they want to go?
It's kind of been an interesting path in his career where, showed so much as a rookie as just kind of this catch and shoot sniper. I think it was 41%. I think he hit over 200 threes as a rookie. Set a record, I believe, right? He beat Donovan Mitchell's record, and it was when a rookie does something like that, you kind of just assume he's checked that box. He will be that for the rest of his career. Let's see what else he can build himself into. But I think sometimes we forget when, okay, hey, Keegan Murray, bulk up. Hey, Keegan Murray, become a stopper. Guard Steph Curry. Guard, Anthony Edwards. Take the biggest assignment every night. Play 36 minutes. We want you to do some more catch and dribble stuff. We want you to play out of the post. He's not going to suddenly then just be able to also be 41% catch and shoot, in a more simplified role. Doing other stuff, it adds to your fatigue. It adds to your responsibilities. It just kind of impacts your game. And again, I don't know if bulking up, impacts a guy's shot or, if the fatigue of guarding a guy over the course of a season means, hey, he's now just going to be a mid 30% 3-point shooter. But for him to take that leap, which, the Kings have hoped for and kind of believed he's going to head towards All-Star by his prime, he's going to kind of need to be that pretty reliable, pretty high volume 40-plus 3-point shooter while doing all the other stuff, which, by the way, has been very impressive, right? Keegan Murray, I think, is a better defender than I ever thought he would be after watching him as a rookie. And that's hugely important. But I just, I would agree that the offensive game hasn't, taken the leap or even solidified, particularly from a just straight shooting perspective, than maybe I thought it would. And I don't know if you guys have the numbers up. What is he from 3 right now, percentage-wise?
Right around 30, isn't he?
Yeah, I got it right here. Keegan Murray from 3, 29.9% right now.
That's just, cannot have that, right? Yeah. I mean, that's your defensive stopper who can't hit threes. And I will say, there's still, opposing teams are not looking at, they're not going into games going, hey, Keegan Murray's a non-shooter, don't worry about him, right? Don't guard him, which, that can be an impact. So, he's still, in my opinion, he has that gravitational pull that you really need your shooters to have, because I think his reputation is as a shooter. But to actually, add to the offensive point total, you have to hit those shots at the 41% range. And he doesn't necessarily have to be that high, but he can't be 29, right? I mean, at minimum, he's got to be up towards 37%.
Yeah, Anthony, we were kicking this around earlier. You know, Sabonis and Fox and DeMar DeRozan, they're so consistent. I think the key is that the other guys like Keegan, maybe not to be great every night, but he and Herter have to be more consistent. And Trey Lyles, too. They have to be consistently, pretty good to good, I think, for this team to get where they need to get to. But I'm sure he knows that. Here's a question, and it's far too early to ask you this, I realize. But just looking at the standings today, do you think we could end up with a team missing the play-in in the West with a winning record?
Maybe.
Wow.
Maybe. I mean, that by the way, that nearly happened last year. The Rockets, I don't know what they ended at, but probably like 40 and 42, right?
Yeah.
11. Because the 9-10 was the Kings and Warriors, and they were both like 45, 46, if I remember correctly. So you could have been 44. The Rockets could have been a 44-win 11 seed last year, which I don't see. The conference seems very similar to me. Now, it's interesting because it gets very compact, where you could also be like a 53-win 3 seed, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is still wide open. But yes, to answer your question, because of how many good teams who are competitive and want to win, they're not going to tank. Yeah, you could be a 43-win 11 seed for sure.
Yeah, the Rockets were 41 and 41 last season.
Okay.
They were
There you go.
500. There you go. All right, Slates, I got to ask you about the Warriors, because I woke up and I'm like, let me do my daily check-in of the NBA standings. And I look at the Western Conference and I'm like, the Warriors are number one? Tell me this is just a mirage. It's just, a flash in the pan. I'll wake up from this nightmare soon. What the hell's going on, man? Are they really this good?
You woke up in 2018. Kevin Durant is on the Warriors.
Right.
You didn't know? His name is now Andrew Wiggins. They're a good regular season team. They're deep. They're defensive minded. That's what I do think is sustained. They up their defensive personnel and some of their veterans. I mentioned Wiggins. He'd be one of them who had bad seasons last year, or they look better. Looney looks better. Gary Payton is healthier. They got DeAnthony Melton, who has an ACL sprain right now. They're trying to figure out the length of time he might miss. So if that's a long time, that really hurts, because he had been very good for them. They got Jerry Stackhouse now over on the bench running the signals, yelling at everyone. And they've internally actually compared Jerry Stackhouse to Mike Brown, and what they've missed since Mike Brown left to go to the Kings, which was like kind of an accountability factor on the defensive end. And Draymond is, he's playing like a top 3 defensive player again right now. So I think they will defend their way to plenty of regular season wins. I still am skeptical of their playoff ceiling. There's a reason they went out this summer and tried to get Lauri Markkanen, tried to get Paul George. They still kind of need a second scorer next to Steph Curry, take some of the offensive load off him. And I think they will feel the lack of that most come April, May, but they're kind of like, hey, they didn't make April, May last year. They kind of just want to get there at this point. And to me, yes, they're on the track for that. I think they're heading towards 50-something wins. But again, for them to make real noise, 2017, 2018 type noise, I think they need to go hunting for a bigger player at the deadline. But I do think there's an appetite for that internally, that I do think they'll be active at the deadline.
Anthony Slater. Check him out on The Athletic. Follow him on Twitter. We'll see you at the arena, Slates, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks.
All right. Sounds good, fellas.
Yeah,
all right,
we
Slates.
appreciate
All
it.
right.
Wow, you're really taking this Warrior thing hard.
No, it's just I'm like, I
Well, you
knew
said
they were
it's
having a solid
nightmare.
season.
You called it a
Nah,
nightmare.
because I'm like, really, the Warriors are the top team? Is killing me,
I know.
man.
I know what you mean. Stunning.
Stunning is yes.
Remember in
exactly.
the summer, well, the Kings don't have to worry about the Warriors.
Yeah, they're right. And
Yeah.
they're just somehow finding a way to win, man.
Mhm.
Unbelievable.
Emran Pilati is standing by.
Is
What
he
do you
back
think?
here?
Yeah, he's
All
ready.
right,
What's
hopefully
that? Say his name? Emran Pilati?
Yeah, hopefully he's ready. He's ready. I got some things I need to get from him.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's ready.
You got some things
Are you on the site yet?
No, I'm about to though.
Are you taking advantage of the Kyle Draper? Hey, hook me up.
I will say, and Emran, I do go to your site from time to time, truesportscards.com. There's some new stuff on there.
Really?
Yeah, there's some new
did they?
materials. So they got some new stuff in.
It must mean that warehouse is getting skimpy.
Yeah.
We'll see if anyone's picked up that Paul Skeens card yet.
Yeah.
Emran Pilati comes in next on Sacktown Sports.
Point. All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hey, it's Carmichael Day.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's a wet Wednesday shaping up across Northern California. Heaviest rain expected north of Interstate 80, but even Sacramento will see light to moderate bands of rain through the afternoon and evening with high temperatures today in the 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Point. Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
Oh, I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
The Drive. The Drive Guys, live and local. Every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
Emron Pilates here, True Sports Cards, and one of my favorite things about when he comes in is he and Drapes go at each other. They're negotiating over this or that. Just moments ago, I mean, Emron was saying, "Oh, Drapes, your calls have been so great lately," and Drapes like, "Oh, thanks." I'm like, "This is no fun."
What do you mean that's on? You giving me props? You got a problem with that? What's happening here?
Well, let's just talk about the most fun here in this studio between the three of us happens often off air. Here's the example. Whitey asked if we had this new product called Topps Mega Box for holidays, and we do. So I brought you one in.
A lot of fun.
And so I slid one in my backpack.
Yeah.
And I had an extra one hidden because it was for Drapes. So I said, this is for the audience. Obviously, you guys were here. And I said, "Here you go, Whitey. I know you wanted this." And he's like, "Oh, thank you so much." And I go, "Drapes, wouldn't you want one?" He goes, "I'm not really a baseball guy, so nah." And I go, "Oh, well, then that's too bad because I brought you one." He goes, "You know what? Kind of like baseball a lot." I was like, this guy.
If it's free, it's for me, big fella. I don't care what it is.
His favorite price? Free 99. Free 99.
Exactly.
Here we are.
This is, as they say, as card people say, this is a fun rip.
Yeah.
No,
right?
and then Drape said, "I don't care if it's hockey. If it's free, it's for me."
First of all, I don't know if that's going to work. You guys, some ultra security.
We're talking about
multiple passwords
on my computer.
On your computer, yeah.
Otherwise, people on the radio will be like, "What are you talking about?"
I don't even know if that's going to work, man.
It probably is not.
Yeah,
that's all right. I'll tether to my phone.
No, but you've been working here for a while. You've been doing a show here. You never have internet when you come in.
Oh, I have to tether off of my phone. I have to tether off of Whitey's phone.
Oh, is that how you do it?
I've never seen a cell phone with the dialing.
You got the rotary cell phone.
It's a rotary flip. Those are very rare.
Rotary flip.
Those are very, very rare. What do you think of the Kings start 8-7?
Tough. It's been a tough watch. I've been physically at half of the home games. You know, I want
as much as you've been loving Kyle Draper's wonderful calls.
His calls have been good. I'm complimenting with sincerity.
I know.
I'm complimenting with sincerity because, you know, it's just The games have been close.
He's setting you up for the next negotiation.
No, all I'm trying
That's
to
what he's doing.
Listen, I'm just trying to butter him up as close to getting full price for items as I can.
No, man.
Because if I'm like, dude, you've been struggling, it's been difficult. He'd be like this. Can I get the Kyle Draper
And you
special?
feel bad for me and everything. Right. Exactly.
You know, there's something called compound interest. With Kyle, it's like compound de-interest. It keeps going down lower and lower. $5. What do you need $4 for?
Right.
That's
right.
called Kyle Pounded.
Kyle Pound. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I would say that the start has been fun. The name of my fantasy basketball team is Light the Beam. I have 4 of our 5 starters. I got Keegan. I have everybody except for De'Aaron on my team.
Okay.
And obviously, I watch the box scores like crazy, and the efficiency. My concern is Keegan struggles over the last couple games. That's been a concern for me. He's been a little off, and then he's been a little gun shy. We've seen him do that in previous 2 years, to where if he comes up with a struggle, he will shoot less. Although I will
It seems to compound, yeah.
right. It's like it's a decompound.
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
I think he's shooting under 30% from 3, which is really abnormal for him.
Yeah,
So
29.9.
that's tough. So let's do what we can to get him back on track.
Emerald Plotty, I'm on your site right now.
Here we go.
You got any Jamal Wilkes jerseys?
I do. I have
really?
too many.
Do you really?
I don't know if you're joking right now.
No, I'm serious. Because I just saw you guys sign cards on there. I'm a huge Jamal Wilkes fan.
I did a signing with Silk about 2 years ago.
Got to get him on the show.
You like him?
That's my guy.
Like Silk?
Yeah, that's
Is
my
he
guy.
really?
He didn't know me, but he's my Facebook friend.
You requested him over there?
Yeah,
and
and
he accepted it.
Yeah,
Wow.
There's a Jamal Wilkes fan, Drapes.
Excuse me real quick. Let me just pick up this. You dropped a name, Whitey.
He's dropping names over
Pick
there.
that up for you. I'm in the middle of my Jamal Will story, and you're
Sorry.
like, and then he goes,
He's my friend.
Yeah, no,
actually. Yeah,
Facebook.
that's my guy.
Oh, do you know? No. Okay, glad you interrupted me with that one. No, we did a signing. He was wonderful. He signed for about 2 hours, and I have literally 200 jerseys signed by Jamal Wilkes. So I have one for you
That's
at the low, low price of full.
That's going to cost you the fact that you willingly told him. I have way too many.
I know,
of that.
right?
The low, low price of full price.
So here's the deal.
What is that?
Right, the low price. Here's the deal, though. I got the Niners excuse list, the Brock Purdy excuse list on this page. I'm gonna put the Draper wish list on the next page. So Jamal Wilkes jersey. All right, we'll keep going.
You want me to just keep?
No, I'll come up with something else in a minute. It's Whitey's turn to ask a question. I'm still on the site.
You don't ask questions. You state. You just do statements.
I want this.
Right.
He goes,
you know what it is? It's the holiday season. You're like my Santa. I'm sitting on your lap right now telling you what I want here. You're like Santa to me, big fella.
Let me just again. Let's refresh ourselves to last Christmas. Everybody knows that Drapes comes a calling on what? Christmas Eve morning.
Christmas Eve.
And that's when we're all kind of getting to know each other, right?
I
knew this guy, though.
I got to know him very well that day. He comes in to get something for his son, and then he's all, "Man, look at that Allen Iverson jersey. Look at that over there." And I was like, "Wait a minute, I thought this was for your son." He's like, "Well, I mean, I'm here."
Nah, you
and then you didn't leave.
Yeah, I'll give you Can I give you the real story? I'll tell you because this story is worth itself.
My kid had boogers coming out of his nose.
His kid was sick. But here's the thing.
And we still made it out for you.
Me and my daughter, we played a joke on my son. We got him a Nike gift card, but put it in the biggest box ever. Like that box was like 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
And so we had it under the tree. And so he's like, "Oh my gosh, what is this? This is signed memorabilia."
He's shaking it.
He's like thinking, and then we're like, "Oh snap. It's a $25 Nike gift card." So Christmas Eve, I say, I got it. I got
This
to come
would
up
have
with
been
something.
great on Draper's Capers, by the way.
It would have been right. That would have been great, right? You know, I should have videoed it. But so then I woke up Christmas Eve. I'm like, I can't do that to this guy. So I texted him, "Yo, I need something, man. What you got?" You know, he said, "Allen Iverson." I was like, "How do I get it?" He's like, "Just meet me at the store." It was Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm. You were smoking barbecue.
Yeah,
you were
I was smoking barbecue that day,
and we met about lunchtime.
He brought his snotty nosed son over too, and you know he hooked me up.
Speaking of snotty nosed son, when your son gonna come in from work?
Man, that dude don't know about work, man.
Start that. Don't start that. Don't bait him.
That's a sore subject.
Well,
you know what? I'm about to text him right now.
If you want an employee discount, I have to have an employee working there.
Whoa. When are you going to work? capital work. I just texted him. I'll see.
Does he have a regular job yet? I know he's been.
No, he doesn't.
No, not yet.
No, he doesn't. Get good grades in school. That's his job, big fella.
He's a one sharp kid.
What? Let me ask you this though, and you guys have kids too. Whitey, your kids are a little older. What's the working age, legal working age in California? Is it 14? Is it 16? Like, when are most kids getting hired?
I was 15. I don't know what the legal working age
right.
is.
13. You can get it permitted.
Really?
Okay. I had Asian parents, so it's a little different, right? Like, we got tiger kids. My son right now is sewing something right now. He's 2.
You said that.
Yeah, he's making a jersey somewhere.
I did not say that.
But you know, like I'm one of those. You're married to an Asian woman. You know how this works. It's like they have this expectation of, let's get this done. My dad used to tell me, "You got stung by a bee? Why weren't you stung by an A?" I was like, "Dude, you're really."
Oh shoot!
You're really.
Did he really say that?
Yeah, he's like, "You do anything. You play any instrument you want, violin or piano."
You need to be laying on the couch in therapy right now.
I'm here. I'm here.
All right, what else are we talking about? What's going on in the card world? Anything?
Well, we talked this weekend. Well, this first weekend of Whitey being host of the True Sports Card Show.
So that's a thing now?
Yeah, he's the card.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
He's not going to be in this week. And I think
you're hosting it?
As soon as I don't know about that. I'm just saying, as soon as I say, yeah, I'll come in, he's like, yeah, I'm going to be gone. So I'm wondering if that's a coincidence.
They got a movement over there.
Right.
No, I'm going to Chicago tomorrow. There's a big sports card show, and Artist Gilmore will be there. I represent artists, so I'll be there for the show. And let me just keep dropping them names. But they're going to have some really good autograph guests there. They're going to have Rodman. They're going to have Barry Sanders. They're going to have a bunch of people there. So I'm going to be able to work with a few of those players in the back room and help them with their autograph signing. So pretty excited about that.
I know that you had a show in Auburn last weekend, and on Instagram you said
that was your show.
Not my show. No, I was in attendance.
Yeah, he was there. But you said on Instagram you got a lot of stuff that now is available at your store.
Ooh, yeah. Spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
There's these particular cards called Downtowns. They're super short printed. They're like one in every,
inserts, right?
They're inserts. They're one in every 10 boxes. And I bought probably 20 of those for sale. And I've been putting them on our Instagram. So just our Instagram is True Sports Cards. And I've been putting them on our Instagram, and we're selling the heck out of them. And we're really happy to be able to get those to our customers. And it's Christmas time. We see a lot of people coming in right now and saying, I'm really want to take care of my kids. I want to make sure that I'm buying something for them of interest. And a lot of them, a lot of them shop before Christmas Eve. Like they will come in because they know Christmas is coming.
I thought it was like Christmas Eve morning.
Yeah, well, they'll text you and they'll be like, "Hey, what are you doing right now?" And I'll be like, "With my family." It's like, "Can you come in?" Yeah, one of those guys.
He's not listening.
No, I'm not because I'm looking at the site.
I was literally just talking about you only.
What did you say?
He said there are some.
Watch the replay.
Some parents that actually do their shopping before.
And just said a Christmas.
Yeah, I was gonna say December 25th comes every year at the same time.
I'm shopping right now on your site. I got a card I want to get from you.
I just got a
Robert
message saying
Parrish, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Tom Burleson, PSA 10.
That's a tough card to find.
No, it's priced that way too.
I just got a message real quick. K Draper, can I get a disc? How do I get? You're in front of me, and the message came through.
I'm gonna throw it in the cart. Big. Oh, it says sold out. Somebody already got it.
I know. I just blocked it.
Really?
Yeah. I want to make sure you.
Brenda Draper checking in today.
No, she is not.
Brenda Draper.
Mom.
Hi, Kyle. It's Mom. Please let everyone know what your first job was. I believe at 13, you had to work at a corner store cleaning out the broken freezer.
How embarrassing is that? Mom put you on blast. And the fact that you were cleaning a broken freezer tells me
it was the worst job.
But
was that the Will Smith pops?
No, that was right around the same time.
I'm confused. Why would you have to clean a broken freezer?
Because it was my first day on the job, and it was at a grocery store. And it was kind of in the hood. I'll call it what it is. Just at Broad Erie.
North side Philly?
Yeah, North Philly.
Put it in the air, man.
And the freezer was broken, and it had a bunch of melted ice cream just all over the place. And so it was my job to clean it up. Guess how many days I worked at that job?
That day?
24 hours.
That was it. That was it. I said, this ain't for me.
Grand opening, grand closing. I'm out.
That was it. So that was my first job. It lasted about 4 hours or so. And I was like, nah, this ain't for me. Because I had to ride a bus and train. It took me like a half hour to get there. but it was a summer
to
job.
clean a broken freezer.
Exactly. And then I don't want to tell you any stories. Well, then we used to
nobody's listening. Go for it.
Can I tell this story? Why? Yes.
This is you told me. You thought I had therapy.
I did not do this. I was instructed, but it was. I told you where it was. The meat was expired, and they would say, rewrap it and put a different expiration date. That's what I'm saying. So it was that day, and I said, nah, I can't do this.
I used to work
I can't do this.
At one of my first jobs was at an aquarium, and they had this big freezer full of brine shrimp, which is little shrimp, and they're in the water, and people would buy it to feed their tropical fish. But after a while, it's big freezer. After a while, they would die, and so you had to clean it out. So, and you had to use a siphon, and you had to use your mouth.
With what? Dead fish? What?
Little shrimp, little tiny shrimp, hundreds, thousands of them. And that was the way you had to do it. And if you were, quick enough and careful, you start it, get it in the bucket. But
if it touched that level,
one day I wasn't quite quick enough.
I drove all the way here to talk about brine shrimp being sucked out of a tank by Whitey Gleason.
With more on first time memories with Emmer Pilati.
Oh my God.
Come back to
therapy
Law
sessions.
Offices of Dale R. Gomes, we understand that when you're facing a crisis, you need more than just a lawyer. You need a team. Our dedicated attorneys work together, combining decades of experience to guide you through personal injury or criminal defense matters with care and expertise. We're committed to supporting you every step of the way, ensuring your voice is heard and your rights are protected. With offices in Sacramento and El Dorado County, reach out to the law offices of Dale R. Gomes today, 916-999-9033, or online at dalegomslaw.com.
At Elk Grove Honda, our recipe for happy holidays is to think happy Honda days. There's no better time to visit Elk Grove Honda than during our year-end clearance sale in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
This holiday season, create a fun and joyful memory for you and your loved ones. Come light the world and help those in need through the Giving Machine, November 16th through January 1st at the Westfield Galleria Mall in Roseville and in Modesto at Valley Fair Mall. Choose from local charities serving your community or from global charities worldwide. Come feel the Christmas spirit at the Giving Machine. Learn more at givingmachine.greatersacramentomodesto.org.
When it's all on the line, you need a big-time closer. That's especially true when it comes to your garage door. That's why I proudly recommend National Garage Door. Whitey Gleason here for National Garage Door. And whether you're looking to repair an existing door or get a brand new one installed, you need National Garage Door. Family-owned and operated. They've been around since 1974 because service is their number one priority. National Garage Door are the region's BSE broken spring experts, and the styles, prices, and quality of the new doors will amaze you. I know they amazed me. Our garage door was starting to sound kind of like a box of scrap metal tumbling down the stairs. So Kevin from National Garage Door came out. He said patching up the old one was an option, but we're going with a new garage door, and we're as excited about that as you can be about a new garage door. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer-branded garage doors. They offer sales, service, and installation on all residential and commercial doors and operators. If you have garage door needs, old ones coming apart, or you're looking to improve your curb appeal, let National Garage Door come through for you in the clutch and be your closer. 338-4554 National Garage Door.
When it's cold and rainy outside, Bonnie is leading the way home. Right now, stay warm and cozy with a full furnace tune-up, just $59. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Schedule an appointment today at Bonnie.com.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
DC here, and if you've been thinking about a new car, you gotta see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia. You can always count on low payments and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
and be like,
yeah,
you're
welcome. She says, yeah. It's true, Eric. Kyle never did go back. That's true.
That's true.
Sometimes I have to keep him in line. Hi, all. She says, sometimes I have to keep him
She
in
said
line.
that too?
Yes.
Dang. Okay. All right.
Our parents Draper back in the East Coast?
Yeah, they're in Philly right now. They're in Philly. They were just out here Tuesday through Sunday.
So
what you got?
So she listens all the way through on a normal show?
Yeah.
Till 9:00 with you guys.
Yeah, she might not stay up late, listening, but for a couple hours she's checking us out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Was that your very first job ever?
I think so.
What was the role? Because
no, it was a jack of all trades. It was a part-timer. Hey, what do you need? Oh, bag these groceries. What do you need? Rewrap this meat. What do you need? Clean out the freezer.
Rewrap this
It's about to turn.
Yes. So it was, because how I got the job, I don't know if they still do this, but it was like a youth center where they place kids, in jobs all around the city. And they're like, all right, Kyle, this week we got this job for you at the grocery store, 2 blocks away. And so I'm like, all right, cool. Your boy's trying to make some money. Let's go. But
were you able to pick your own schedule?
No.
So they wouldn't let you text 1 hour before and be like, can I come in?
Nick,
is that just your son?
That's just my son. These kids got the silver spoon in their mouth. All right. He says, and you're the boss. So tell me if this is acceptable or not. I said, when are you going to work? Capital work. Over break, I will go. Maybe he's talking Thanksgiving break because they're off all next week.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought he was talking Christmas break. I'm like, nah, bro, you got to get in there now.
5 weeks from now, I'm really going to plan for
Speaking
it.
of the holidays, you have a big celebration anniversary coming up at True Sports Cards and Collectibles.
What you got?
Our 3-year anniversary Black Friday.
At that location?
Yep, at our location.
Okay.
Yep. So we're going to be we're going to go 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I thought about going 8 a.m. to midnight. There's a really wonderful, they didn't pay me yet, so I won't say the name of the place, but there's a sushi spot that just opened right next door to us.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it's all you can eat. $30.
Not the Mongolian beef spot.
No, it's right. It's on the other side. $30.
Okay.
And let me just tell you,
right.
I think I broke them the other night because I came in there on an empty stomach and I was like, let's go.
You went to town.
And they bring you them. They go, here's another one, as if they're going to shame me into saying, no, keep it coming. Keep it coming. So I probably ate, I don't know, maybe no joke, 15, 20 rolls.
What's your go-to sushi roll?
I like eel on avocado.
Oh, unagi.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, unagi.
Paul Skeens rookie worth anything?
Woo!
Look at Kyle Draper on his box that he didn't want. He opened this. You opened this up and he got a Paul Skeens.
Very nice.
Is that pretty good, Whitey?
Nice.
That's the guy.
Yeah. Give it to my guy, Whitey.
Sleeve it.
No.
Did you
throw it out on
him,
eBay?
Did you see him react to his Rookie of the Year?
No. What did he do?
He gave him the Keegan Murray smile.
Really?
He's sitting there on the couch. They've got all the cameras. His girlfriend, Livy Dunn, is sitting right next to him. They go, and Rookie of the Year, Paul Skeens. And he went,
Like,
And I was like,
I knew I was going to win anyway.
I don't know, but he was just, I'll tell you this. If you really want to make a lot of money in this business, think WWE and really have that personality. He's incredible as a player, but that lack of personality is going to really get him by him.
Ever has anyone found that one-of-one
Not
auto
yet.
patch card?
The card for the general public, for you to know, there's something called the MLB debut patch. It's a little patch that sat on Paul Skeens' jersey on his arm. And once that he came off the field, they cut that little piece off that says MLB debut. They put it into a card. He signs it. It's one of one. There's a bounty being offered by the Pittsburgh Pirates, 30 years of season tickets.
Behind home plate.
Yeah, behind home plate, meeting Paul Skeens himself. Livy Dunn says you can come and sit in the suite with me.
Yeah.
Like Seth Meyers has come in and said, I'll give you 4 VIP tickets. They're all collaborating to create this super offer.
Yeah.
But it still has not yet to been pulled. But the Ellie De La Cruz was pulled.
Is it?
Yes, it was. And somebody has already offered $500,000 for that card.
Yeah, because we talk about the Skeens one, but there's one for basically every rookie, right?
In fact, everybody that played their first game ever in the major leagues.
Rookie,
and I know you're looking for one in particular.
Jackson Merrill.
Looking for Jackson Merrill, the guy that was robbed from the Rookie of the Year.
He would have shown some appreciation.
he would have at least smiled.
He would have.
It was weird.
Yes.
Watch the clip. Go to YouTube and check out the clip. It's a weird clip where he's just sitting on a couch. He doesn't hug anybody. Nobody comes over to. You can hear people cheering, his family cheering in the background, but they don't come and love him up or give him a hug. They're just kind of all. It's just weird.
Right.
Is the Draper sale still on for your 3-year anniversary?
What's in the cart? What's in the cart?
No, I told you I tried to get the one, but it's not. It's saying it's sold out. The Kareem, Robert Parrish, Tom Burleson. I wanted that one.
Plenty more to go.
Oh, Dan Issel, George Gervin, and Mitch Kupchak. That's a good one. Let me see how much it's
Remember
worth.
when we called Dan Issel and we asked him if we should get if you should get a Jerry West jersey or his jersey, and he goes, "Jerry West, don't get my jersey. What's wrong with you?"
Right. Let me ask you this though, real quick, because we were talking about this to start the show. You went to the card show. What was it? Last week or 2 weeks ago? I think it was.
Both. There was one in Santa Clara, and then there was one in Auburn.
So the local card shows, the Auburn ones, those guys hit me up all the time. Drapes, you got to come out. But I kind of feel like, are you cool with them? Is it okay? I don't want to, can I was telling Whitey, I feel kind of like I'm betraying you if I go to a non-true sports card, rubber stamp card show.
Please.
Because there's some that,
Yeah, some people get a little worked up.
Yeah, so I don't, I want to make sure, you're my guy. Big
Listen. Let me tell you something. You can tell I've gotten a lot more comfortable on the radios in the past year. Drapes, you are the man. You should get cards that you want from where you want to get them at the best deal. I would like to say that we have the best deals. However, you got to expand your opportunities. I can't carry every single card in history.
Right.
So in order for you to find those special cards, you have to be able to search and look around. And as long as you eat at our restaurant more often than others, then we're okay.
How does that impact his son's future employment?
That's what I'm saying.
Heavily. Heavily. He's going to call us, going to go, BDD.
Right?
This number is
Y'all change the number on a minute. No, but seriously, I was really worried. There you go. That's it. Please call back. I was like, because I saw the Auburn one, they always, and I'm like, I don't know, is Emory tight?
Well, I'm there. Okay. I'm there. So, you
got
always,
a booth there usually?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, we're always selling, buying, that kind of thing. In fact, last weekend, my wallet said, because I spent a lot of money buying new products for us. So it's been a fun week. And then, of course, tomorrow when I leave for Chicago, I'll be looking to buy some stuff there while I'm there.
Yeah. You're now PSA authorized dealer.
Correct.
Huh?
That just happened. Yeah. So what that means is that we are authorized by PSA. Not that we weren't able to send in before, but now we're able to do a little bit of a discount. So for those of you that want to get your cards graded, come out. We'll help you with that. We have bulk discounts starting at just 5 cards submitted at a time.
I know when you get to be a certain age and they check your prostate, you get a PSA score. But this is different. Right?
No, we still check your prostate when you send in cards. It's part of our checking process. Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something. Pristine.
Let me just tell you something.
Pristine.
Pristine.
All right,
Jim Minton.
As we recap the show, let's see. We've talked about Kyle repacking E. coli meat. Whitey sucking brine shrimp out of it, and how we check your prostate there at True Sports Cards, located at 6661 Stanford Ranch in Rockland.
Yeah.
We gotta get ready. Well, we continue on for a couple minutes, I guess. Jay wanted me to ask you about the fight on Friday. Mike Tyson
memorabilia.
Anything moving now?
I would like to say event used glove, but he didn't use his glove.
Boom, boom, boom.
I'm not joking. He might have some DNA in it, and he bit them the entire time. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but after watching a replay again, he could have clocked Jake Paul 50 times.
You think he took it easy?
Oh yeah. Well, who's paying him?
Right.
If I were paying you, which I could never afford you, Kyle, but if I were paying you and we were fighting, how hard are you going to hit me before?
Right.
Because you're getting paid after the fight, right?
After the fight.
And my prospects of me being able to be a draw in the future require me not getting knocked out by the baddest man in the planet. Right?
So you think Mike still has something in the tank? Like he
didn't. Jay, help me here. Am I right?
I think you're in Tyson denial. I think you still just want to cling to that notion that he's still right. Now, I didn't see the fight, but it sounds
it's not
like
about.
you're
I'm not
I didn't see the fight.
I'm not. I didn't see it, but I have big opinions on it. No, what I'm saying is that
80% of this job.
I don't know. No kidding. I was going to say that, like, I don't know if he's Mike Tyson as far as how good he could have been, but clearly there were times where he'd slip the punch from Jake and he'd be ready to go.
Yeah.
And he just never even took the swing.
He didn't go in.
And that tells me something's up.
Is that, you think so, Jay?
It's tough, but I like where he's going. I like where Emmer's barking up the right tree. I think there's money to be made on the back end. I think, there's been, and I think I talked about it on air, there were whispers that Floyd Mayweather held up Paul. He was told not to, like there was one time he touched him on the chin and he held him up, literally. It's kind of what was been told and been whispered. So I think M's got something there. The first couple of rounds easy. I was like, Mike probably could have touched him a little more, but, after that, it was more or less he sat in the middle of the ring. But I see where M's going.
I don't even think he threw 100 punches.
He didn't. It was like 96.
Yeah, something like that. And landed 19.
Yeah, damn.
He got paid $20 million. So 1.05 million per landed punch. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good. You've been opening these packs this entire time. Have you found anything good?
What's your ornament? Did you get a little ornament?
Yeah, it's Junior Caminero.
Oh.
There you go. From the Ray. Okay, so I have Tyson items, and there's been interest in the Tyson items.
I've seen pictures.
Yeah,
we got the trunks.
Yeah, we got the trunks.
You got some trunks?
We got the gloves. And Tyson has signed a lot over the last few years. That's mainly his income. I don't think that's necessary at this point anymore. The reported amount is that he made $20 million on this, but Mike Tyson is so much more than just boxing legend. He's pop culture. He's so much more than that. And when you have a piece of, if you think about it, he has been for decades one of the most famous people on the planet. And him, Rodman, there's and I say this with love, a freak factor to it in some cases, and we do have items for Mike Tyson available, and they're surprisingly affordable. As an example, we have a signed autographed glove in a shadow box with a photo of him. It's in a nice encasing, $595. We have it for it. Yeah, in the shop, $595.
So what? $249 for me? Like,
here we go. I'm looking right at the camera.
I'm messing with you
unless you're going to do it.
Right.
As Nelly would say. So Drapes, you do have that discount. Absolutely.
Okay.
So for you, it's half off, and your son only has to work 10 hours to make up for that amount.
Appreciate it, man.
Let's
I'm gonna come by the store, man, this weekend. But you're out of town.
I'm out of town, but that's okay. Well, I'm available Christmas Eve in the morning.
You know what's crazy about your shop, man? I actually get better deals with the other guys there than with you. They're like, Drapes, you're our guy. Whatever.
Is that what they do?
Yeah, that's what they do, man.
Who exactly did that to you?
I forgot his name.
Oh, you forgot his name?
I think his name was Nick.
Let's see.
Right? That guy Nick seemed to give really good deals.
Come on, man. I'm your dad.
I know. I'll be like, what happened to so-and-so? Oh, he got fired yesterday, So I'm not going to put him on blast.
I'm not joking. We're going to add a Kyle Draper button. And I will tell you this. This is the God honest truth. I'm telling you this truthfully. We have a special next week. It's called the Kyle Draper. Can I get that for 50% deal?
Is it really true?
Yes. I'm having the graphics made. I'm having.
Oh, really?
I said it on the show. So we have items that are going to be 50% off in the store.
And my picture up there?
Yes, there is. It'll be a little.
Clear that with me?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Just check it.
Well, you'll have to come in to see what the picture is.
I know. I'm out of town though. We're on the road Tuesday through Friday. When the sales start?
Tuesday through Friday.
Right. I'll come in Monday. And check it out.
So
a little preview sale, right?
It'll have a Draper. It's just a Draper head. So it'll be right. It'll be a little sticky right next to the item.
That's for certain items.
Kind of like Royale, right? It'll look.
Yeah. You're the Royale of true sports cards.
Hey, the Kings still selling his memorabilia, his stuff. Merchandise.
You won't even know this, but on video, there's a YouTube video of you going excited because somebody dunked.
No way. Oh, my
Screen capture, sent to Sticker Mule.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I got to get in the store. I got to get up there.
Did De'Aaron Fox's card values go up after?
It did.
Did it really?
Yes, it did. 60 plus 49. Man, if he made some free throws, it would have been 60-50.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He missed like 3 of the last 4 free throws.
Yeah.
Were you talking in the middle of the shot?
What, the De'Aaron Fox?
When he was shooting free throws?
I did.
I
think I jinxed him. I think I jinxed him.
It's got to be
because I called him clutch.
You thought you were going to
clutch player of the year from 2 years ago.
You thought you were
going to
get
missed both free throws,
and you were excited because you thought you were getting pizza. Doesn't work that way at home.
No.
Doesn't work that way at home. He's like, Mason, I need pizza.
I was really
it's a home
worried
game.
that social media would. Oh, you guys are terrible.
I'm a half off pizza guy.
I was worried some haters would just call me, be like, Drapes, you jinxed him and everything like that.
No, just me.
But just you. You're the first one. You're the first one. Oh, man.
We're back with more in the Kings. Emmer Pilates here. It's a drive, guys. Oh, okay.
We can keep going.
Keep going.
Dude, you have to pay for another hour here.
I'm supposed to pay here? I'm just bringing you up boxes of cards.
Nah.
Did you get anything that stood out? You went through those pretty quickly.
No, I got I still got more to go. Yeah,
okay.
I got some players, but a lot of base cards, you know what I mean? But no real good holograms or anything like that. How about this?
There's one blue one in there probably somewhere. Have you seen that yet?
I got a Pete Alonso gray one.
Okay.
That's
You know why it's not that good? Because it expired and I rewrapped it.
Oh,
yeah, they tend to. It's like meat.
You worked at the same place too, huh?
I did. They made me clean. As soon as I walked in, they made me clean a dirty freezer some guy didn't finish.
No, so I'm still opening. It's just a lot of base cards. I like I said, I got Paul Skeens rookie, but it's base.
Yeah. You want a refund?
No.
Okay, it cost you nothing. Are you going to wait till that till Christmas for that one?
Yeah, probably. I mean, we already got Drapes opening his card.
Yeah, man, open them cards, man.
Open them.
Come on now.
Oh, Ozzy Albies jersey card.
Ooh.
There you go.
There you go.
Sell it right now. I'll take it. What do you want for
Spell
it?
game
What
use
price on it?
Game use, right?
Some of those
it says game use. Does that really mean game use?
I think so. I think so.
You got to. I've learned this from Emron. You have to read the back to see, and it'll let you know, Drapes.
I can't read.
Here we go.
You can't read.
Glasses. He started looking.
Yeah.
I'm with two of the blindest people here.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this guy.
Emron, help him out. Emron, help him out.
You can't read it?
No, dude, that's frustrating.
You can read, but you can't read it because it's so small.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Dude, that's frustrating. When you get to be my age and you need the glasses, that's
you are 2 years older than me.
I'm about to be 50.
Oh, you're 3 years older than me.
So that's
Merry
who's your
Christmas
guy?
From Vlad
Guerrero Jr. That's a solid one. Yeah, that's solid.
The memorabilia contained in this card is a game use piece of equipment from an official MLB game.
Nice.
And I think
That's
I could be wrong,
pretty
but I
good.
think most of those are white, and the fact that you got a red one might be a little more rare. But I could be wrong.
Really?
I could be wrong.
It's a Red Sox. It's Boston.
Oh, is that what that is?
I know you're not a baseball guy, but what's your favorite team?
Phillies, of course. Yeah,
Phillies.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yo, Emron, someone on the text line was talking about Drape saying he was going to show up like he did at the Kevin Huerter signing, which, we'll excuse him for that. But
he wore his John Cena outfit. You can't see me. Yeah, man, I'm about to be there. I'm about to be there.
That's the Kevin Huerter down. What's the next event for the True Sports Card family?
Well, obviously we have the 8-to-8 Black Friday with the Kyle Draper specials. No joke. There will be stickers of that. And then after that, we're going to just take a little bit of a break. We've been on Whatnot hiatus for the last month, but I'm getting ready to go back on Whatnot, the great app that you could be able to bid live real time with me behind the camera, putting stuff out for sale. So that's available for you to do shop when we're online. But I think what we're going to do is we're just going to bring us to Christmas, just kind of really push for our memorabilia, push for our framed items. And in fact, I'm going to do a breaking news special here. Why not? I'll wait for the noise because Jay always does the breaking news thing. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Okay. We need to work on that.
When it breaks,
you got breaking news for us? Okay.
It's Sacktown Sports breaking news.
Our framing of jerseys, we have custom framing. So you bring in your jersey, we take care of the rest of it. We'll put photos in it. We'll frame it. Wonderful framing. We do it better and less expensive than just about anybody out there. It's $349 plus tax. But because I am a drive guy, I'm an unofficial drive guy because I'm here once a week.
Make it official.
I'd like to make it official, but it's always a Drapes approval process that you have to go through.
Yeah,
the fact that I
won't even approve.
He's like, "You're here again." I just find it weird that I have to fill out an actual application every week
every
with
time to come.
You get used to it.
Yeah, there's a signature at the bottom of Draper Special. let's go ahead and do a little cheaper for your listeners.
For your listeners.
For your listeners.
Yeah,
for our listeners.
They got to mention Drive Guys when they come
They got to
in.
mention Drive Guys.
All right.
So
how much?
Instead of $349, let's do for Drive Guys special. Let's do $279 plus tax.
Ooh,
Then let's take off. Let's take off $70
okay,
for you guys.
How long does that last there, Mr. Pilati?
Until Drapes leaves out of town. Which is
I go to LA tomorrow.
Well, I'm about to say he leaves tomorrow.
No, I go to LA tomorrow.
Well, you better hurry up because the store closes at 7.
But then I'm back late Friday night.
How about we bring it through the weekend? And by the way,
Through the
Shep is in the store. They're watching it right now.
Shep.
Shep, Dave, and Donovan are working right now. Speaking of, were any of those three the one that gave you the hookup?
Shep.
Shep gave you the hookup?
Yeah, Shep always. That's my guy.
I love Shep.
Yeah, exactly. He's good, right?
Yeah, he was the one that gave you half off?
I'm not going to say
You know, when we get off this song, I ain't gonna be your guy.
I ain't gonna tell you. They're like Drapes, whatever you need, man. Whatever you need.
You're my guy. Manny in the chat says, if you could make some "You're my guy" stickers. So what I'll do is I'll have the drape head, the draper head.
Oh, that's
nice.
nice.
And then underneath it say, "You're my guy," or "That's my guy,"
or "That's my guy."
Which one's your tagline?
No, I just say my guy.
Oh, my guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
My guy.
He's my guy. That's my, my guy. Like I it's a varied. Let me ask you this though, because no, seriously, this is serious.
And Mint thought he interrupted himself to ask me if he could get a discount.
No, because you brought up the framing.
Yes.
And I got some jerseys. I really need frames.
Okay.
Seriously. Latest one I got, Dominique Wilkins.
That's right.
Signed Dominique. What's the turnaround time on jerseys framed right now?
What would
not just for me? I'm just saying in general.
What would be fast in your opinion?
Overnight?
I'd say 3 to 5 days. I give them, in all 3 to 5 days.
We've been turning them in 2 days.
Wow.
Really? Yep.
Damn. Okay.
We don't,
all right.
Yeah, that's how it is. DJ Del Val, our framer.
guy.
I got to give him a love. He will turn it in and out real quick. He's amazing. We have internal framing. I love DJ. He is so good at what he does. And not only do we frame jerseys, we do photos, we do shoes, we do everything.
One of my issues with my signed Dominique jersey, and I'm kind of a rookie at this, a novice at this, Emran. He signed it with a Sharpie, but the Sharpie didn't dry. And so it got kind of like
smeared
a spot. No, the signature's fine, but there's like another spot like right above the signature. That's kind of
it's time for us to get a sponsor that's a dry cleaner.
Right. So can you know how to get Sharpie out? Is that easy to get out or no?
I'd have to see it.
All right.
You wouldn't believe this. It's easy to get Sharpie off of things like a helmet.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is take a dry erase marker right over the Sharpie, and then it will wipe clean.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't affect the color underneath?
No.
Wow. Okay.
Strange, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring that in.
Yeah.
Just not for no hookup or nothing. I literally need to get this smear off.
Hold up here. You said you're going to do something and not trying to get a hookup.
I just need help.
Will you even know what to do?
I just ask you.
I know, but you'll be like, he'll be flummoxed.
Yeah.
He'll be like this. Wait, I'm supposed to do something here, but I'm not doing it.
I'll be like, Emran, how do I get this out?
Make sure you get to Emran's store. Take advantage of that jersey special. You got the big 3-year anniversary coming up. They've got a lot of new inventory, right? That's now available.
Yeah. You know what? You're setting me up for success.
Yeah.
You're setting me up for success because Jessica, since I'm leaving tomorrow, Jessica's like, you got to come home. We got to eat dinner early with Beckett, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, no, they're going to keep me for a long time. She's listening right now. She's like, get in the car, go get the pasta.
Get your butt home,
Go get that soup from Olive Garden. Let's have this morning dinner.
Olive Garden.
Yeah, so we're going to do breadsticks and all that good stuff. Thank you for having me, guys. I love being here.
Yeah, thanks for coming by.
And kick butt this weekend.
Yeah.
True Sports Card Show, Saturdays at 10 a.m. with Whitey Gleason, the co-host. I won't be there. Shep will. Please don't
coming in with you. Okay.
Never embarrass me again like you did last time.
See, you never know. Brenda Draper may appear.
Yeah.
You never know.
Mom may jump on.
Yeah.
Tell her to listen.
We're going to talk about the newest top 100 list from the Ringer. They're still finding a way to take shots at Domas. How are they doing that? We'll find out next on Sacktown Sports.
The Beam Team plays here.
How many times I seen that beam lit up when I was chilling at home? What's the significance of pushing this button? Like I said, when it solves off.
We live and breathe Sacramento Kings basketball.
Live and local with the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys.
This is your home for the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports 1140.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. And now that the holidays are here, there is no better time than right now to head down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. The Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration is back from now through January 2nd. You may say, Kyle, what is the Holiday Love Celebration? Well, let me tell you. At Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, you can discover exceptional offers on a new Mercedes-Benz, like the 2025 GLC 300 SUV. It's just $559 a month for 36 months. They also have a full lineup of SUVs, vans, electric vehicles, and of course, certified pre-owned vehicles with rates as low as 2.99% APR up to 72 months on select vehicles. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton believes in the true Mercedes car buying experience. So make the short drive down I-5 to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton and see what a true car buying experience is really about. Or of course, you can go online at mbofstockton.com.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy two. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Why'd the kid jump off the boat? I don't know. Why? Peer pressure. Oh, good one, Ned.
Ned isn't funny, but Ned owns a boat, and you don't. So every time Ned tells another one of his unfunny boat puns, you're going to laugh loud and keep on laughing until you get a boat of your own.
A pier where you put a boat. Yeah, I get it.
And when you do get a boat of your own, make sure you save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Carmichael Dave with a simple question. What are you thankful for this year? So many things to consider, but one thing we can all agree on is a well-running vehicle to get you where you need to go each and every day. Jiffy Lube would like to say thank you to all their customers this November. Whether a weekend road trip to Lake Tahoe or your daily commute to work, Jiffy Lube has you covered. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1984. Visit jiffylube.com today to find a location near you, generous oil change coupons, and more. Happy Thanksgiving and holiday driving from Jiffy Lube.
This holiday season, spread cheer by donating to a child in need and enjoy $20 off your next Toyota service. Now through December 10th, bring an unwrapped toy to a participating Toyota service center and support the California Highway Patrol's Toy Drive. Chips for kids. Give joy, get joy, and celebrate the season of giving exclusively at participating Toyota service centers. Toyota, let's go places. Toyota and Scion owners only. Toy value must be at least $10. Some restrictions apply. See a participating dealer for details.
Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their end-to-end solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all year round. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from your Indeed dashboard. Learn more by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right. Sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Don't you deserve health care you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans, made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Black Friday is on its way at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, and there's no better place to shop for all your power tools. Low price Makita Bear tools starting at $89, Makita batteries starting at just $49, and many more of the year's hottest deals. November 25th through December 2nd. That's right, one whole week of crazy deals on power tools. So don't forget, our Black Friday sale will be November 25th through December 2nd. Check us out at 6701 Power Inn Road or online at fastenersinc.net.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
Like the beam for Sacramento Kings. We the Beam Team, hey. Like the beam for Sacramento
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Thank you for being with us. Thanks to Amarin Pilati for stopping by. Thanks again to Brenda Draper for sharing some inside knowledge on our boy.
Yeah.
Had to keep you in line sometimes. I bet she still does.
What, keep me in line?
Yeah, I bet she has to. Probably says, I'm going to have to step in here.
I'm an angel, man. She knows. I'm an angel. She knows I'm on the straight and narrow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't need any guidance anymore.
So tomorrow you're on your way to Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, get to see the Intuit Dome for the first time. And, you know, one of the things that, you know, their media relations, who was I talking to? It was either their media, one of their assistant coaches. He said, Kyle, wait till you get down there. We really take care of our media, visiting media. Like, so it's, and I was looking at some of the renderings.
So play-by-play Friday?
I'm play-by-play Friday. And when when you walk in and you're on the opposing team, it's like a runway for you. And they got Sacramento Kings lit up.
Really?
And so it's like very Instagrammable, you know, you know, for teams. And so, I'm looking forward to it, man. I want to see the wall of fans out there. And then they got basketball hoops outside. I might take a video and share it with everybody.
That'd be great on Drapers Capers. I know.
Dude, I got to do something with that, you know?
Uh-huh.
That's so many great ideas, man. That's a good one. Drapers Capers.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I know we always say this, but it's true. We were just talking to Anthony Slater about how tightly compacted the West is. Somebody could have a winning record in the West and not make it play, and it could happen. So this is another divisional conference big game.
And Emirates NBA Cup game.
That's right.
Too. Like, you know, it's another massive
I'm
one.
trying on that, Kyle, and I'm just not quite there.
You're not there?
I'm working on it. You know,
it's not the same this year, huh?
It doesn't feel like it.
It doesn't feel, but it will if you advance, though. Like if we, you know, go 3-1, let's say, and we make it to the semifinals or whatever it is, then it's like, oh man, one more game, we go to Vegas, and like, and I think it's something. But right now, it still just feels like a regular season game.
And I know we talked about it yesterday, but I have mixed feelings about a lot of these courts, including the Celtics court yesterday.
Yeah, what you think about that one? That green.
Again, it's like I really want to like that, but for some reason I don't.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I just thought it was too much going on, and you brought it up. It was an ode to the parquet, if you will, but I just didn't like it. It just seemed too busy to me. It seemed like an old school, like when you were in high school and you shared the basketball court with the volleyball team. And then, the pickleball team is on there. The tennis court is on there. Like so many different lines just running through the court.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of confused me a little bit.
I know Alan talked about this, and I assume Carmichael, Dave, and J. Ross did as well. We have a new top 100 NBA player rankings from The Ringer, and maybe we're more sensitive to these things than we should be, but we always like to see, well, how much respect are the Kings getting?
Yeah.
So the new list, Jokic, Luka, Giannis, Tatum, and Shea are the top 5. Steph, Durant, AD, Joel Embiid, 9th?
Yeah, he slipped down. I mean, the dude hasn't really played.
Right. And then Ant-Man, 10th. LeBron, 11. Jalen Brunson, 12. Jaylen Brown, Devin Booker, 14. Donovan Mitchell, 15. Wemby, 16. Ja, 17. 18, Tyrese Halliburton. 19, Domantas Sabonis. Number 20, De'Aaron Fox. So you got Domas and De'Aaron Fox, and I believe they've both moved up in these rankings.
Yeah, they did. They both moved up. Yes.
Yeah. But how about this on Domas? Here's what the Ringer says. Rock solid center with dominant regular season statistics, but greater questions about his postseason fit. You see, even now, they're finding some way to take kind of a sideways shot at Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah.
What does that even mean, a postseason fit?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, right? It just doesn't make sense. What does that mean, postseason fit?
Yeah.
Let me
if you're going to say he hasn't played as well in the postseason, okay, but a postseason fit? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm looking at the deep dive that they did on it as well. They expounded on it. But there's Kings fans going to get upset at this. All right, here we go. There's no shame in stuffing the stat sheet night after indefatigable night, or in being one of the few dozen best basketball players in the entire world, it says.
See, there we go. Like, okay.
You're very kind.
Yeah.
But there probably isn't a deep playoff run coming the way Sabonis does it either. Let me say this, though, Whitey, and I know you're upset, but the guy who wrote this, and maybe Jay knows him, so I don't want to diss him too much, but who's Zach Cram?
Yeah,
that's a guy I've never heard of. Jay, have you heard of Zach Cram?
No, if I ain't heard of him.
That's what I'm saying. That's like,
wasn't he a character on Saved by the Bell?
Right. Zach Cram, Ringer and Ringer Union. See, we got to stop this, Whitey. We got to stop this. And I'm not saying me, you, Jay. I'm just saying in general. And I understand it's a conversation piece. But it'd be different if Zach Lowe wrote it. Respectable guy. Our boy Jason Jones, respectable guy. Chris Haynes, who used to be a scribe,
Fair enough, but it is the Ringer.
No, but just because you work for a place don't mean you got credentials to speak on it. You know what I mean? What does Zach Cram? And I don't know. Maybe
I really don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, just speak. You know what the Ringer does? They hire guys who write, not necessarily guys who know basketball. I need basketball minds to weigh in on this, not some writer who's watching games on League Pass from his couch trying to tell me how good Sabonis is.
I'll tell you the problem I have with that when we come right back.
All
Continuing to look at the top 100 where the Kings fit into the new top 100. Mike Pereira with us for 5 o'clock too today. We roll on Sacktown Sports.
Did you know that replacing garage doors is the biggest return on investment homeowners can get on improvements? Jason Ross here, and let me tell you about the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento a family-owned and operated company with third-generation owners that's been in business for 71 years right here in Sacramento. With new garage doors from Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, you'll not only get the wow factor, but you'll also know that you're working with a well-respected and proven company. Residential and commercial, brand new garage doors, or repairs to existing doors, they do it all. Take advantage of their free at-home estimates on new garage doors or check out the showroom with no appointment needed. And while you're at it, mention me, Jason Ross, or Sacktown Sports and receive $100 off a new garage door paired with a new garage door opener. Check out their website at ohdsac.com or call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
The holidays are always a great time to get together with family and friends, but nothing beats the thrill of Stockton Honda's deals. During Happy Honda Days, find the perfect ride in person or online. With over 400 new Hondas ready to go, now is the time to buy at Northern California's #1 Honda deal, Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company, sold on report.
Join Sacramento State football this Saturday at 2 for the Causeway Classic versus UC Davis. Get your tickets at HornetSports.com.
Time to gear up. It's the Black Friday and Gold Saturday open house event at Roseville Power Sports. Located at 360 North Sunrise Avenue. We're your home for the best deals on Can-Am side-by-sides, ATVs, and Ski-Doo snowmobiles. Now's the time to save thousands on a brand new Can-Am or Ski-Doo. And check out the all-new Can-Am Maverick R with an incredible 240 horsepower. The Maverick R is built to conquer any terrain, bringing unmatched power and excitement to your off-road adventures. Plus, save 30 to 50% on accessories. Helmets, jackets, gear, everything you need to ride in style and safety. This Black Friday and Saturday only. And it's not just about the savings. It's an open house event you won't want to miss. Join us for food, prizes, and more this Black Friday. So head to Roseville Power Sports this Black Friday and Gold Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And let's kick off the holiday season with incredible deals and tons of fun. Some restrictions apply. See store for details. Offers valid on 2024 and prior product while supplies last. Happy holidays from Roseville Power Sports.
Lowe's knows you want to get even more value for the holiday. That's why as a MyLowe's Rewards member, you get new member deals on holiday decor, tools, and more. And you earn points when you shop. More points equal more rewards to help you save on holiday and more. Not a member? Join for free today at Lowe's.com/MyLowe'sRewards because Lowe's knows deals. Program subject to terms and conditions. Points are awarded on eligible purchases. See Lowe's.com/terms for full details. Subject to change.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now, during our Black Friday sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery when you add a base. And Cyber Monday. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
What do you think of that bass, Kyle?
It's pretty impressive. Who is this right here?
That's a group called the Beatles.
Oh, this is the Beatles.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay. I heard of them, I think. No.
Yeah. They haven't done anything in a while.
Right. Nothing new out lately.
Thank you, Jay. Playing that. It's the Drive Guys. Will you answer these serious charges that have been leveled against you on Twitter or X by Sports Nerd?
Somebody said something?
It's nothing serious.
What we got here?
Yeah, Rio.
I'm not on Twitter much. So.
Yeah.
I see it.
Why do you dislike Golden State so much, Kyle? I'm genuinely curious. It bothers you to see them having success. It bothers you to see them getting love from anywhere. Damn, Kyle, you got that hate gene I see.
Yeah. When it comes to the Warriors, I'm a hater. I admit that. Yes, I'm a hater. And I'll tell you why, Rio. Actually, it was 2022 when they beat the Celtics.
Yeah.
I was actually, hoping they won. I didn't want the Celtics to win. But then the longer I've lived out here, the more I've worked for the Kings and bleed purple. It all started when I first got here, Rio, and Warriors fans tried to take over Golden One Center. And that bothered the heck out of me. And the whole Warrior, like, that can't be happening in our building. And so I don't dislike Steph. I like Kuminga as a player. I even like Steve Kerr, even though I take him to task sometimes.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by
But it's their fans.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman and the Kings.
All right, there we go. Yeah. But it's their fans that bother me. And you know what it is? It's a level of arrogance amongst the fan base that when I first got here, I just couldn't stand. They would act better than us Kings fans almost, and then try to take – same way with Lakers fans. Lakers fans try to take over. I don't play that. And so that's where the hate comes from. Steph ain't do nothing to me except drop 50 in a heartbreaking loss for the Kings in Game 7. But other than that, Steph's fine. He's okay. But it's the fan base, the arrogance of the fan base, the bandwagonness of a lot of their fan bases that bothers me. Come on now. A lot of these fans out here. I remember when the Warriors played at, the old Oracle out there in Oakland.
Good fans.
Those were great fans. They packed their building. They cheered on. Then they got all Hollywood. They went to San Francisco, shiny new building, some new fans that, just throwing a Steph Curry jersey. And I said this the other day, Whitey, we were doing the show a few weeks ago or last season, whatever it was. We were looking at Warriors fans walk up. If they had like a Steph or a Clay jersey, I'm like, that's bandwagon. That's new fans.
We were doing
remember,
that. That's right.
Remember?
We were out in front of the arena before the play-in game.
Yeah. If you had like a Monte Ellis jersey or Baron Davis or something, I'm like, all right, you're really down. Don't come at me with a freshly minted Steph Curry jersey talking about Warriors.
With the tag still on it.
Right, tag still on it. So it's nothing about the franchise or the team or the players. It's the fans that's why I'm a hater.
The Warriors have been a very arrogant organization. And I think one of the reasons it bothers fans here, and I don't mean to speak for you, this is my observation, but bothers fans here, bothers other teams, it's because they have been, for many of these years, as good as they say they are.
Right,
they won
right.
multiple championships, and people resent that.
Yeah, exactly.
When Joe Lacob said we're light years ahead of other teams, that made teams very angry. In a sense, he was right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, they had tremendous success. It's almost like the Patriots in their run.
Yeah.
It's sort of, nobody cared about the Patriots. Patriots weren't on it, but then they got the success, the arrogance that came with it. The city of Boston, they hate us because they ain't us. Then you start rooting against them. Case in point, somebody from the 530 on the text line said most of the Warrior fans in this area used to be Kings fans. That's what upsets me.
Yeah.
We got our squad right here. We have our team right here. You can't tell me you from Sacramento and a Warriors fan. Come on, man. That's the rival, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of that resentment is born of respect. You know what I mean? It's not just, we hate you. It's like, man, those guys are so good and they're right in our backyard. But on the other hand, let's face it, 2 years ago, the Kings came this close to ending the Warriors season, and last year they did.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's more level. The scale's more level than it has been in a long time.
And so seeing them at the top of the Western Conference standings,
right?
It's like, damn,
slap in the face.
They're up on us right now.
Yeah.
And so that's what bothers me. Yes.
Yeah. For them to lose Clay and it looked like, and that everything's falling apart. And then they turn around and go out and we couldn't get a big star. So we
got these and it's working.
Yes.
And it's freaking working. That's it. Yeah.
Yes. All right. The Zach Cram information. He is a staff writer.
Okay.
Zach Cram, staff writer with the Ringer. Here's, I don't think you mentioned this part, Kyle.
Oh, I didn't see this part.
Yeah. Zach Cram said Sabonis's limitations. We're talking about the top 100 list in the Ringer, and Domas is 19. De'Aaron Fox is 20. Sabonis's limitations mean he cannot replicate Jokic or Doncic in a postseason environment. His lack of shooting range and defensive difficulties place a firm ceiling on Sacramento's prospects as a title contender. But wait, there's more. It's fitting that Sabonis will now share the floor with DeMar DeRozan, another player with a yawning chasm between his regular season and postseason resume.
Yeah. I mean, Kings fans, come on. We can't let this guy do this. We can't let this guy do this. We can't let Zach Cram get away with this. Like, this is, this is, and I will say this. The Ringer, which used to employ Kevin O'Connor.
Yeah.
They're analytics guys. They're not eye test guys. They're not basketball guys. They look at data. If they watch Domas and see the growth in his game, taking more threes this year than ever before, like, these are old, tired, lazy narratives that they're using. And that's the thing that bothers me. And I'm not saying Domas should be higher or anything like that, but their reasoning is flawed, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's sort of, well, he can never do this. Well, okay, fair to say he hasn't yet, but to say that they cannot succeed in the postseason because of his limitations.
Exactly.
I don't see that.
Right. Do you have a problem with where he and De'Aaron Fox are ranked? 19th and 20th, respectively.
I hate to go here, but since you asked me, I'm a big Hallie guy. I'm a little surprised that he's holding, I think he dropped down a little bit. But he's still above either one of them.
Yeah, he's at 18 right now. He went from 17 to 18.
Mm-hmm. That's a little surprising, but it all comes down to, right or wrong, what they do in the postseason. Like Anthony Slater has mentioned this to us. Those guys, if the Kings have more success in the postseason, then they're going to be considered better players. It doesn't matter what Zach Cram thinks, right? We let ourselves get upset by it. But like Slate said, De'Aaron Fox going for 60 and then 49, people are going to notice that.
Yeah.
And if they have success in the postseason, it'll be the same thing. These people that are looking for reasons to keep them down on their lists, they'll be eventually running out of those reasons.
Right. Exactly. You got to make them, shut up if you do. And so here's the thing. I'm looking at the write-up on De'Aaron Fox. He has limitations, though. At this point, they have more to do with game management than skill set. Fox has everything he needs. His next step will come in feeling out the game, helping the Kings to weather runs, even if that means slowing things down. That's Rob Mahoney there.
Yeah.
So here's my problem with the write-ups on Domantas Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox versus the write-up on Tyrese Halliburton. Danny Chow writes of Tyrese, the peculiar ways in which he generates points for himself and others have fallen a bit flat. We have several data points, analytics, over the years suggesting that Halliburton's production tends to suffer when he's coming back from injuries. His early struggles this season might have something to do with reports of leg and back injuries he'd largely kept mum about during the offseason. And so my issue with this is the fact that they bring up negatives for Fox and Sabonis, but they make excuses for Tyrese Halliburton. That's the part I have a problem with. I love Tyrese Halliburton. If they want to say he's 18, fine. But their reasoning and the way they, justify it, it bothers me. That's what gets me.
Yeah, it smacks of someone having their preconceived notions and then looking for the information to support what they already think, rather than actually looking at the information in order to form a more learned opinion.
Exactly. And you could do that with anything, right, Whitey?
Yeah.
Here's my opinion. Now let me look to find that information that supports it. And that's what's happening, and that's what bothers me right now.
DeMar DeRozan, 46.
Okay.
And then there are no other Kings in the top 100 right now.
So I thought Malik was that ESPN? I can't remember.
He's not in this one, but I believe he's in a list of the ones that were hardest to keep out.
Okay.
Toughest omissions. Yeah, Malik Monk is, and again, this is just the Ringer. Everybody has their list. Malik Monk is among the toughest omissions in the most recent top 100, according to the Ringer. Again, as we've said today, I think if the Kings are ever in a situation where they can get back to where Herter and Keegan are clearly guys that should be in that list, then the Kings are going to be close to fulfilling their promise.
Yes. Yeah, I think so. You mentioned it earlier. Some of the role players got to, become more consistent.
Yes.
Because De'Aaron's pretty much going to get you what he gets you. Domas, same thing. DeMar, same thing. They're going to be there. They're going to deliver. Some nights they may be off, but for the most part, they are consistent. What we're seeing right now is one night Keegan's up. The next night he's down. Kevin's up. The next night he's down. And so I would argue, too, to further your point, Whitey, when I look at the bench, I feel like you're going to get some up and down. But if you're out there starting the game every single night, to your point, we need more consistency.
Mm-hmm. Afro in the chat says the Kings as an organization definitely need to prove that they can build a playoff team. The criticism is warranted. I mean, that's fair. That's where they are as an organization. I don't think you can say, well, this player's not as good as others because the team hasn't done as well.
Right.
But it is incumbent upon the entire organization.
The entire organization.
Yeah. To have some postseason success.
Yes, exactly. And you know, the only way, to your point earlier, for De'Aaron and Domas and whoever to shut up these this kind of criticism is to go out there and win.
Mm-hmm.
Go out there and make the playoffs. Have a deep run. Then what can they say about you?
Yeah. Garrett Young asks, do we have any sort of timetable for these injuries? We'll answer that when we come back. The Drive Guys keep rolling on a rainy Wednesday.
Yes.
On
Wednesday.
Sacktown Sports. Thank you.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Rain will taper off through the day on Thursday. The morning will be soggy, but the afternoon time to dry out with highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
At Elk Grove Honda, our recipe for happy holidays is to think happy Honda days. There's no better time to visit Elk Grove Honda than during our year-end clearance sale in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its edge-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat. Bring out all the flavors of the upcoming holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. Napoleon grills that features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last, complete with a lifetime warranty. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just because it's November does not mean we can't barbecue outside. Visit California Backyard now for your best selection of grills and Napoleon Grills accessories.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Black Friday savings on now on the all-new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy.
With $8,000 off MSRP after rebates, every new 2025 half-ton LT, RST, LTZ, and High Country in stock at Maida Chevy.
Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections of new 2025 Silverados in the Sacramento area.
$8,000 off new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big, huge. MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, leasing, and other offers. Ends 12/1/24. Source internet search 11/2/24.
What would it take for a plumbing company to earn your trust? Jerry and Kenny here from Bell Brothers. And let's face it, plumbing and service companies don't always have the best reputation.
So to earn your trust, the first thing they'd have to do is actually answer the phone when you call with a real live person. Then they'd have to send a plumber when you needed them, day or night, without charging extra for emergency services.
A trustworthy plumber would show up on time, wearing a clean uniform and name badge, and be able to show that they had passed a background check and drug test.
A plumber you could trust would give you a firm quote on the job before starting and clean up after they finish the job.
That's exactly the plumber you'll get when you call Bell Brothers, a plumber you can trust. Call Bell Brothers right now for all your plumbing needs. Our number is 916-444-1234 or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
Thanks again to Emery Pilati for bringing by some goodies today, and he brought by some of these Topps holiday cards. And it's just funny, Drapes, because I'm going through them and I'm looking at a couple of the A's. I was like, Tyler Soderstrom. Oh, yeah. Brent Rooker. They're going to be here next year.
Yeah.
We all know that, but I'm still processing that.
They're going to call Sacramento home for the next 3 seasons, perhaps. So, yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm looking forward to that. I need to look at the schedule again. We got to do the show from out there, right?
Yeah.
First opening day or something like that.
Against the Cubs.
Against the Cubbies. We got to be out there. On site.
That'd be fun.
Yes.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Before we get to the phones, not to put you on the spot. But do we have any updates? Do you have any updates? Timetables on the Kings, the injuries that they're
I think it was yesterday or maybe a couple of days ago. The Kings said basically all 3 guys, Malik, Domas, and DeMar, have been cleared for on-court workout, one-on-one stuff. They listed DeMar and DeMontis as day-to-day. And they said Malik will be reevaluated later this week. So probably tomorrow or Friday. And so I think we'll see DeMar and Domas on Friday. I think they held him out Monday to give them a few extra days. Malik probably early next week.
Yeah, because isn't it almost 2 weeks since he got injured?
Yeah, almost 2 weeks. Yeah.
So really, really close.
So reinforcements are coming.
Mhm.
I wish they would have got that Atlanta game. I'd feel so much better about where we are right now, 9-6 instead of 8-7. But take care of business this weekend, get a couple of wins.
Win your next 7, and it's on.
Right, exactly. It doesn't matter, right?
JR joins us on Sacktown Sports. Hello, JR. How are you today?
What's up, my good friends?
Hey,
what's up with you, man?
Hey, my guy, Kyle. I am 100% in your boat with that Warrior talk right there, buddy.
Thank you.
I'll tell you right now, I grew up in San Francisco. Uncle would take me across, and what I can't stand is some of these new Warrior fans have no history in recollection of their first championship in 75. When I was a little guy, we'd go over there, and the great Al Otto's coaching, likes of Wilkes, and we got Rick Barry, and then the greatest center of all time, Clifford Ray, the Dolphin favorite.
He's a big Clifford Ray guy, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You can ask Whitey about saving that dolphin there in Marine World. He knows the story.
You ever heard that story, Kyle?
No, I have not heard this story.
Clifford Ray, who was on the Warriors, he was visiting Marine World when it was still in Redwood City, I think, right, RJ?
Yes, it was.
And they had this big, tank where you could people could kind of look over. It wasn't like a big one that you look at, and a metal bolt had gotten into the dolphin tank, and a dolphin had swallowed it. So and I don't know how they knew that, but they're like, if only we had someone with long arms.
No way.
And it's like, Clifford Ray's here. And they bring Clifford Ray and explain. He's like, yeah, I'll do it. He has to reach down the gullet.
No way.
Down the gullet of the dolphin.
What? Down the.
Like, he saved
no
it.
way.
Yeah. Clifford Ray saved the dolphin at Marine World. Yeah.
And then he instantly became my favorite guy of all time.
Okay, that's your guy. Okay.
There you go. That's my guy. But I just laugh because sometimes I get it. Maybe you weren't born way back then like me, you're an old man, but you should at least check the internet once and do a little history to realize you have a championship. That's prior to 2012 or whenever they first won their paid-for championship, when the NBA just felt like they should give it to Curry because he had made like 1 billion commercials and they knew that the investors needed him to win the championship.
JR, pardon me. He used to go by RJ, JR.
Go ahead.
When I was on the other station, he would say it was RJ.
Oh,
So
I call a lot of stations.
My question is, how do you feel as a longtime Kings fan about the 8-7 start, honestly?
The other night was brutal, and I think we all overanalyzed it, but whatever. I really did think Bugsy was going to go down and make that layup, but whatever. You lost that one. Then they lost that. Was it the overtime up in Toronto? We came back and we lost.
Yeah.
I guess, you can look at every season. Hell, I'm a Niner fan. I'm looking at this season crying every freaking night. Going, I just had those 3 wins. But, those 2 wins to me, like Drapes just said, and you're feeling so much better of your 3 games over 500 versus not. They just got to get healthy. It's a long season. I think we've all said you got to evaluate it maybe at the 20 game, maybe the 30 game mark. They got to be healthy though. They got to have the force. You can't. They're not deep enough this year to go past maybe 8-10 guys. So you better find that mix. You know, I mean, I'm not calling for Brown's head, but he's on the watch list.
Come on now. All right, man. All right, man.
You know, it's interesting, Draves. You look at the numbers, and we talk about these numbers. Most teams in the NBA, to be honest, not everybody, but most teams are shooting more threes.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of teams are playing more guys. The Kings are taking fewer threes, and they're not playing as many guys. And it's just interesting. That doesn't mean that, they can't succeed, but it is interesting. The league is going this way in a couple of things, and the Kings are bucking a couple of popular trends right now.
Right. And let me ask you, do you feel like that's by design, or do they still want to get up the threes? It's just not happening.
The threes, I think they'd love to be shooting 40 and making 20 every night, right?
Right. But for some reason, it's not showing itself on the court. Maybe, like Mike has talked about, guys are a little hesitant when you're missing them. You're not shooting as much, maybe. But no, I hear you on that. And, it's I'm watching the Celtics last night, and what they hit 22 threes, I think 14 in the first half.
And 50 a night.
Right. You can't compete with that. If they're hitting, it's lights out. Cleveland somehow got back in the game, but they were trading 3 for 2s in that first half,
Yeah, I have to look it up, but I think they also do a really good job of defending the 3-point line.
Yeah.
So
probably.
Today's NBA, if you're nailing threes and keeping the other team from making them, that's a very simple formula for a lot of success.
Exactly. And I forget who mentioned it on social media. And I think it was our guy, Law Murray, friend of the show, covers the Clippers and other teams in the NBA. He said, we focus so much on the Celtics and their threes, but not how they get their threes, the Chris Paul movement, the connectedness on offense. That should be applauded, instead of railing, these guys just shoot threes.
Not like they just run down and
chuck it up or anything. Yeah, exactly. What you got coming up right now? Because it was something that popped in my head with this Warriors chatter. Yeah. What time's Mike Pereira?
Mike Pereira's at 5. We got one more call here.
All right, let's do the call. Let's do the call.
Take a break and then get to
Yes.
All right. Doug on Sacktown Sports. What's up, Doug?
Gentlemen, how are you?
What's up, Doug?
Good. Hey, I have something sharing from all of my coaching experience that I've had in Sacramento and stuff. And I'm a high school coach, and I look at predictability. And when you start seeing things that happen over and over again, and you got your advanced scouting teams, and they put the wonderful little video together for you to break down and stuff and how you're going to attack it, that's what happens. I was waiting to see what was going to happen with Mike Brown this year, because when I get to Rosen, and he's a mid-range guy, and I got to move Sabonis out of the way because he's kind of clogging it up in there. So they went to him for shots and stuff, and that's okay. And then, but as soon as you lose Rosen, then what do you got? So I think that we're becoming predictable. I know on the Bay Area for Kyle Shanahan, he's way too predictable. And because other teams, someone had said earlier about how that they have figured out what the West Coast offense is, in the sense of the 27, 28, 29, 30th teams all use the same style. And then something happens in the fourth quarter, and then other teams figure them out. And that's why the Niners are having a tough time. So, from the coaching standpoint, but I wanted to ask, Kyle, is your son still playing for Vista Del Lago this year or no?
No, that's a sore spot in the Draper household. He gave up basketball. I know. Thanks, Doug. This is something him and I are battling over. Not battling over, but he decided to give up basketball to focus on golf, he said. Focusing on golf.
It's hard when you want it for them and they don't want it. So it's very tough. But we play them on Friday. I'm over coaching at River City High School, and we play Vista Del Lago on Friday. So
okay.
If he was going to be there, maybe Dad'd peek in and watch what he's doing, and maybe we could put face-to-face instead on the radio.
I will say, I will be at games as a fan, Doug, but not this one. I'm out of town, but yeah, my son gave it up.
Thank you, Doug.
All right, Doug.
Yeah, appreciate it. Let me just clarify one thing here, because it may sound like a small matter, but it's not to Kyle Shanahan. And Doug talked about the offense of 49ers and called it the West Coast. And it's not really the West Coast. And I only say that because a reporter one time, when Kyle Shanahan came back to the 49ers, and it might have been Grant Cohn, when Kyle Shanahan came back, Grant Cohn or whoever it was said, hey, it's great. Now we have, like Walsh, we have a coach running the West Coast offense. And Kyle Shanahan said, I don't run the effing West Coast offense.
Oh, he said it like that.
Yes.
Ooh.
So it's different. It's got some elements of it, but it's like
some difference.
Wide zone,
wrinkles.
but it's not
Don't call it
Don't
that.
say that to Kyle Shanahan. And
Okay.
Kyle Draper has something for us on Warriors?
On the
fan?
Warriors, yeah, it just popped in my head.
All
I got
right,
that
we got
for
that
you.
one week. I'm right back. Sacktown Sports.
DC here for Folsom Lake Kia, where they make car shopping easy with a huge selection of new Kia models, low payments, and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, your trusted dealer in Folsom for over 25 years. FolsomLakeKia.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
So what if I need a new one? We have the right Duralast battery for you, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
To all you tool people out there, has Harbor Freight got a deal for you? Big savings every single day this November. Because we know that right now, when the price of everything only seems to go up, you need a place where prices stay low. So shop in-store or online for quality tools you can trust at prices you'll love every day. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Elk Grove Honda, our recipe for happy holidays is to think Happy Honda Days. Let's explain. Happy is a good thing. We all like happy. Honda stands for quality, reliability, comfort, design, peace of mind, value at resale, and a lot more feel-good words. Days is how long you have left to take advantage of Elk Grove Honda's year-end clearance underway right now. Elk Grove Honda is located in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard, or visit us at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Uma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Uma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs. You sound very calm. I am. Uma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Uma. Nice. Find your business comm at uma.com/radio.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
We have been talking last half hour or so somehow we got into talking about the Kings and how they don't get enough respect nationally still, and that they have to win in the postseason to get some of that. And somehow we started talking about the Warriors. Oh, I know what it was, because you said some things about.
And then Rio asked me,
you're not thrilled that they're off to a great start. Someone said, why are you hating on the Warriors? So that's where we are. Afro in the chat. In 39 full seasons in Sacramento, the team has only 11 winning playoff seasons. The loyalty of Kings fans is constantly put to the test. Yes, those Kings fans have they've done their job, no question about that. But I know, Drapes, you had some more thoughts on our neighbors to the south.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tread lightly on this one because I want to make my point clear. Because I'm sitting here and we're talking about the Warriors, 4 championships in the last 8 years or 9 years, whatever it is. We talk about them being a dynasty and everything. And then I got to thinking, and this has probably been talked about tons of times, but I'm not as impressed with their dynasty as I think about it now as maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Because Steph and Clay and Draymond always waving 4 and 4 rings, all this and everything. But 2 of those were kind of like, stacking the deck, if you will. Win 73 games. Best team since sliced bread. Best team in a regular season ever. You get bounced, you lose. And then you go sign arguably the best player in the league at that time. And so it's not to diss Steph, Draymond, Clay, Steve, and those guys. They won the championships. But Warrior fans sticking their chest out. Look at us. We're the gold standard. We're the greatest dynasty ever. Really, you guys were almost down and out, and then KD threw you a lifeline. And so I'm not as impressed with the 4 championships now. You want to call yourself a dynasty, go for it. But you ain't the Spurs. You ain't the Lakers in the 2000s and the 1980s. You're not the Celtics of the 60s. You had a nice little run. You know what I mean? You had no, I'm not trying to diss Whitey. I'm just trying to, but those
4 champions.
No, but you that's like think about it like this. Let's say Kobe and Shaq and them, no, not even Magic and them coming off a championship, and then all of a sudden they go sign Larry Bird. Come on, man.
That's done now, though.
No, but
I'll tell you one thing to your point. You mentioned Kobe and Shaq. The first thing I think of when I hear their name is they won the 3 in a row, right? Those Warriors never three-peated. Yeah. Never three-peated. And here's the thing about the Warriors and their run. Give them credit. They won 4 championships. But their first one and their last one, that showed me something about them. Winning 2 when you got Kevin Durant and Steph in there, and let's keep it real too. They got kind of lucky with Steph's ankles and his contract and everything like that. They had enough money. Steph was underpaid during those championship years, early championship years. And so they almost traded him to the Bucks, but the Bucks didn't want him.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And for Warriors fans, they should be thankful. They should be kind of humble. You know what I mean? Shout out to, I forget their former GM name. I'm drawing a blank right now. Bob Myers. Shout out, Bob, you got it done. Thank you for the run. Kevin Durant should have a statue because without Kevin Durant, Steph Curry doesn't become Steph Curry.
Kevin Durant was the best player on those teams.
On those teams, exactly. And he should have a statue down there in San Francisco. Yeah. So their titles are... They got 4 of them, but I'm not as impressed. That's all I'm saying. No, I didn't say that.
I know what you're saying.
But I'm just saying this.
You said that.
They didn't win 4.
They're all past their prime.
But when they had Durant, they were one of the best teams I've ever seen. But you're right. They were. That was a good team. Doug joins you. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. What's up, Doug? What can we do for you?
Hey, guys, what's going on? That takes about as weak as most of Kendrick Perkins take. Let me tell you right now.
Come on, Doug.
I can't believe I'm even hearing this on the radio. I know Kings fans have been stepped on forever, but get over it, dude. You got the rings. End of story. Scoreboard. Everybody could have signed Durant. You didn't.
But here's the problem, Doug. Doug, this is where I push back on you at. And I hear you. I understand. You won 4 championships. Congratulations. But don't go around walking around sticking your chest out, making fun of my Sacramento Kings fans, saying, we're better than you, trying to take over my building and say, Warriors in the Golden One Center. You guys sort of got lucky. Kevin Durant threw you, as Stephen A. Smith likes to say, a stimulus package. He extended that for you guys. You got to be thankful for that run.
Help me understand this. They won before KD. They won after KD. But those other 2 were all KD, according to you.
I don't know if they beat LeBron and the Cavs without KD. Remember, LeBron beat you guys in 2016. You know what I mean?
When they suspended Draymond because LeBron teabagged him?
Doug, you clearly a Warriors fan, and I clearly touched the nerve. I was just saying, when it comes to dynasties, when it comes to dynasties, they had a nice run, but I'm not putting them up there with Magic in the 80s. I'm not putting them up there with Tim Duncan and the Spurs, the Celtics. That's all I'm saying. It was a good run. You won 4 titles. Be happy, but show some humility sometimes. Dang.
The Spurs got lucky when David Robinson went out injured and they got to draft Tim Duncan. Everybody gets lucky that wins, and the Spurs was over a 15, 20-year period. Not at 8 years. That's something completely different. That's comparing apples to oranges. I appreciate you guys. I love your radio show. I just don't want you to embarrass yourself on the radio like this.
All right, Doug. Go back with your Warrior underoos on. I don't like the Johnny come lately, we're the greatest thing since sliced bread, when you were down and out for a while too. How quickly they forget that they had some troubles there in the organization.
When you look at the 4 championships, the one that I think future generations are going to look back on and go, whoa, how did they do that?
Yeah.
The 2022.
That was
and
a great
I think
run.
for guys like Steph and Draymond and Clay, I think it meant a ton to them to win one
without
post.
Yes, I'm with you on that. That sort of cemented, Steph and their legacy.
Showed that he could carry a team in a way that many said he can't do.
Right, exactly.
Garrett on Sacktown Sports. What up, G? How you doing?
Hey, how's it going, guys? You guys hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm listening to this, and it's kind of cracking me up. Man, you stand your ground, man, Drake. You stand your ground no matter what. I'm a Kings fan all my life, and even I would say that the Warriors had a dynasty with those 4 wins. I mean, it doesn't matter that Durant was on the team to me, because you're a professional basketball player and you're good, or you're going to end up on great teams.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great team. I mean,
I'm sorry, Garrett. We're losing.
Garrett, you're cutting out on us.
Yeah, you made your point. Thanks, but you're just a couple times fading out on us.
No,
so
that's a good point, Garrett. And but we got to have the same. If LeBron teams up with Chris Bosh and D Wade and win, we can't say, well, he had to go there to win, and or if they win in the bubble. Well, I mean, the Warriors, and it's not taking they are a dynasty. I give them that. But like I said, Tim Duncan and the Spurs, Greg Popovich made the playoffs 25 years in a row or whatever it is. Magic and the Lakers made the finals 9 times out of 12. How many championships did the Celtics win in a row in the 60s? And so, Bill Russell 11 out of 13 years or something like that. And so I just, the arrogance of, not the organization, Steve Kerr's fine, Steph's fine, kudos to them. But just the arrogance of the fan base sometimes, let's not forget where you came from. You know what it's like, Whitey? It's like growing up, not having anything, and all of a sudden you get money and you forget your roots. You forget where you came from. I pinch myself every day to be able to call Sacramento Kings games because I remember where I came from. I pinch myself every day courtside. I look up and I get emotional every day because I remember where I came from. It just seems like the Warriors, they want to, and their fans want to put the Kings down because we haven't reached there yet. And I'm saying, let's not forget, it wasn't that long ago where you guys were trying to build something like the Kings are doing now.
Kings got to beat them again like they did last year. That
Yep.
takes care of all that. Mike Pereira, the legend, he's going to join us next on Sacktown Sports.
Purchase new wiper blades from O'Reilly Auto Parts today and we'll install them for free. See better and drive safer with O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah. Your one-stop Honda shop.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat. Bring out all the flavors of the upcoming holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. Napoleon grills that features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last, complete with a lifetime warranty. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just because it's November does not mean we can't barbecue outside. Visit California Backyard now for your best selection of grills and Napoleon Grills accessories.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans, made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what kind of savings do you have going on right now?
We have the best savings yet on one of America's dream cars. Right now, save up to $13,000 off MSRP on all remaining new 2023 Dodge Charger SXTs in stock, starting as low as $28,215.
Oh, man, there is nothing more fun than an American muscle car, especially one as iconic as the Charger.
They're definitely one of the most fun vehicles you ever drive. But remember, this huge savings isn't just on new Dodges. We have over 200 quality used cars available and over 40 under $20,000. Right now, only at the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Center in historic downtown Woodland.
Hoblet really is your one-stop shop for the best deals on whatever vehicle you need. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
13,000 total net savings on select new 2023 Dodge Charger SXT after $39.20 factory rebates and $9,080 dealer discount. Rebates include 1,000 Hoblet Select inventory coupons. Only 5 vehicles at the savings. See dealer for details. Sample VIN 666710.
KHD 1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Drapes, we're always honored. I'll speak for myself. It's always an honor to have our next guest on, a true innovator. He kind of invented the genre. Of course, Mike Pereira, former NFL VP of officiating. And, you know, you see officials on TV now. Let's go to Terry McAuliffe.
Yeah.
Well, Mike Pereira invented that job. And no one does it as well as he does. Nice enough to join us. The great Mike Pereira. How are you today, Mike?
I'm great. I didn't think a year ago I'd be saying that, but I am doing really remarkably well. Thanks to some really good doctors and some really great family members and friends that propped me up through the whole surgery that I got through a year ago on my back, and I'm thankful to still be doing this ridiculously tough job that I have, which is sitting in a chair and watching football and getting paid for it. Oh, my God, it's the best.
Yeah, well, we're thrilled that you're back and more thrilled that you're feeling so much better. Can I ask, as kind of personal, but are you doing well during the games? Are you doing maybe as well, a little better than you thought you might, actually, back on the job physically?
They actually, when we made the decision that I was going to come back, which was really only about 3 months after the surgery, or maybe even 2.5 months after the surgery, they asked me what I wanted to do. Did I want to travel each weekend and go with what's called the A crew, because Tom Brady was new and they wanted a rules person with him the whole time, or Did I want to stay and just do the job from LA and not travel? Or did I want to split it with Dean Blandino? And you know, I kind of didn't know how I was going to feel when the season rolled around. And so, well, I like the split. I said, I'm not certain enough that I'm going to be able to travel every week. So let's do the split. And I said, I think that will be easier. I said, I think being in LA might be easier. And then as the season is wore down, it's like last week, I had 2 games on Friday night. I had 7 games during the day, the college games on Saturday, and then 4 NFL games. And I was a blur by the time the weekend ended. So if I made the choice again, I'd probably say, yeah, I'll travel every weekend.
Nice.
And you only do 1 game. But I am very lucky that I work for a fantastic network that was so supportive to me as I went through this whole procedure, and never stepped away from even having a doubt that I wouldn't be back. And so it's really been great.
That is terrific. And we're so happy, selfishly, just to have you back on TV. Now, no one knows better than you do how difficult it is to officiate an NFL game. That said, I know you were on in the Bay Area this week. You're calling something the officials did in the fourth quarter of the Niner game unforgivable. That was Seattle basically called a second timeout and should have been penalized, right, Mike? That was what you call unforgivable, that the officials kind of botched that situation?
You know, I hate to be to come down so hard on the officials, because they have such a tough job. And I relate back to when I was running the program, and I felt that then, and I feel it now. And I think the hardest part of the job is judgment. I really do. I mean, you know, when you have to make pass interference calls or holding calls, you know, there's so much gray area that it's really difficult. But there is no gray area in the rules, and I always felt like it was fair to make sure that I expected perfection in rule enforcement. I expected perfection in referee penalty signals. It was unacceptable to give the wrong signal. Those don't involve judgment. And, you know, let's face it, the facts. There's 2:40 to go, and the Niners have the ball 4th and 6 and are forced to punt with a 4-point lead. Now, they penalize them like they were supposed to for granting them that second timeout, and then it's 4th and 1. I think Kyle even said he would have gone for it. And then I don't even like the fact that he was apparently was told kind of a different story based on his quotes, that they said, well, the enforcement thing was wrong or whatever it was. That's bull. You can actually see it on the All-22 clearly at the very last second of the 4th down punt before it was snapped. The coach races to the official and calls a timeout. So it is, in my mind, one of those things that is inexcusable. It is the NFL. You are the best of the best. That's a fact. And everyone should expect that they would have a firm grasp on the rules and not let that happen. But it did. And I wouldn't expect to see those officials in the playoffs.
Wow. Is that egregious, Mike?
I would be setting aside a rule. Sure.
Let me ask you this, though, Mike, because I read some of your quotes on this matter. I think you were on radio in the Bay Area about this. I think you said either they ignore it or they grant it and then the penalty comes. To me, that seems like too much of a gray area, right? Well,
it is. No, the thing is, it's, you know, it does say in the rule book that if a team asks for a second timeout when they're not entitled to ask for it, so that means there's already been one in that dead ball period, or they're out of timeouts, that you ignore the request. That's what you're supposed to do as the official. But if you err and you grant it, you react, which I can actually see how it happens when you're standing there in the play, the ball's about to be snapped, and you have all the responsibilities for false starts. I can see that. I can see the reaction to the verbal command of timeout, timeout. But then the rule goes on to clearly say that if the officials mistakenly grant the timeout, then it is an automatic delay of game foul against the defense. And I think that's the right rule. So you can't set that aside. There is no gray area. And there's one other element that to me is all part of that. If you, like, for example, request a timeout when you're not entitled to take it to freeze a kicker on a field goal attempt, even if the officials ignore the request, it's still a 15-yard penalty. That's all encompassed within the same rule. Now, I had a session today on college rules that nobody knows, but yet they're actual rules. Rules are complicated, but again, it's not anything that is judgment related. And I just couldn't tolerate that. I just couldn't tolerate it. And I did back in my day, I did make sure that if somebody did something like that the consequences were there. Look, there's always consequences for bad calls, for missed pass interference calls. But the consequences are worse when you don't know a rule or when you set aside the rule.
Yeah.
And I think that's right. I think that's right. Of course, let's be clear. I've been a 49er fan since 1950.
Ah, there it is. There it is, Mike.
makes a little difference, I guess. I mean, when my dad was looking down from heaven and was mad at me that this happened on Sunday. So,
Yes, the legendary Mike Pereira with us. I wanted to ask you about, speaking of rules and interpretations and things that we as fans don't understand. I think it was during the summer, this is something you addressed. How do you think let me ask you this way. Because of the lineman to officials ratio, Mike, is holding by the O-line, is it almost impossible to properly officiate?
I think it is because of all the gray area there. Look, people that say there's holding on every play. Yeah, I sit there and go, no, there is not. Come on, there's not holding on every play. And they go, yes, there is. I go, no, they're not. You know what when I ran the officiating department, you know what my favorite play was in the game? My absolute favorite play where I knew I wouldn't have a controversy with holding, the kneel down play from victory formation. That was my favorite play. But in fact, the rule is set up in holding where it talks about a significant restriction that keeps the defender to get to the runner or the ball. Okay, what's that significantly hinder? What is a significant restriction? If it's in the backside away from the ball, then you stay away from that because he was never going to get there anyway. It says if there's a double team block, don't call it if it's a double team block. Take that 2-man block and go to a single block. And
that's really, that's
any holding that.
Pardon me, but
that's hard.
That's really interesting what you said. So the officials are taught that if there's a double team, you actually are supposed to look for holding somewhere else, right? That's fascinating.
There's two guys officiating 5. Okay, there's 2 guys officiating the center, 2 guards, and 2 tackles.
Oh.
So if the offense is going to give up 2 to block 1, go to a single block. And unless the guy breaks through and then is tackled after he gets through, but stay away from that. But if the defender thrusts his arm underneath and pins the arm of the blocker up around his neck, that's called the rip technique. Don't call that. I mean, that's all within the context of the rule. So it's that makes it gray. And I think too, we have to look at how we like our game. And, if you were to call every penalty that occurred, let's forget about player safety. Let's just talk about during the course of the game where it's holding or illegal contact or defensive holding or formation. We would have a game that probably had 50 penalties and would take 4 hours. And now, would we love that football? No. I mean, you as a good official, to me, a good official is an artist, not a scientist. And what I mean by that, a scientist, he's going to call everything. I mean, it's a science to him. The artist, he knows which actions create an advantage that needs to be called. And he knows what actions don't create an advantage. And so those, to me, are the best officials, the artists that control the tempo of the game and make sure that the game plays well. And I'm just kind of fearful as we have gotten so deep and even deeper into replay that the artistry has been taken out and it's now more science. It's more strict enforcement, the letter of the law, no matter what the situation is. And I don't think our game is better when it gets to that point.
Okay, Mike. My last question,
Well,
Mike.
Am I grumpy this time? Grumpy today. Well, I got like my Tito's on ice is waiting downstairs.
Oh, shoot. Okay. We'll let you go here quickly then.
I'm not far away from that, you know?
Mike, we do a lot of NBA stuff here as well. And, one of the things I say is maybe we should give these officials some grace, meaning we got so many cameras, so many replays, so many, every call is sort of adjudicated right there, with instant replay. Can you just speak to how technology has almost made an official's job more difficult in terms of public scrutiny?
I think it's made their job impossible. I mean, but that's the way it is. I mean, you can't really go back. But if you just take the NBA or even take the NFL, and I could easily talk about the NFL more. There's 150 plays in a game, okay? And the thing is, officials make mistakes. There's no doubt that they make mistakes. You hope that they don't happen at a big time of the game where everybody sees it and on the national game. But in reality, for every play, there's 10 decisions they have to make, every single play. So they got to make 1,500 decisions in the course of a football game. And that, could be the formation, could be those 5 guys blocking, and when only 2 guys officiate those 5, could be illegal contact, defensive hold. All these decisions have to be made, and the most difficult decisions to make on the field are when not to throw. I mean, the when to throw is much easier because you actually see what is clearly a foul, and that is easier than opposed to seeing something and go, do I throw that? I mean, is it? And so, look, I did it long enough, and I never really said it, but, they're going to make 10 mistakes a game. They are. It's the nature of the beast. And 10 out of 1,500 is not bad. Is really not bad. But with what we're doing in breaking everything down frame by frame by frame and giving more opportunities for coaches, whether it's in the NBA or the NFL or Major League Baseball or wherever anymore, the ability to challenge decisions that are made on the field, it just exposes them. It brings them more to light. Now, you want to show them some love? You want to show them some love when we're talking about technology, play all the replays in the same speed that they see it. And then nobody would know. Nobody would know. That's how difficult it is. But we on the technology side and with instant replay have now got the ability to show things in enhanced video frame by frame. And it's not real. It's not real to the eyes of the officials. But it is the world that we live in. And the problem is, the real big problem here is that they've gotten so exposed and they've gotten so much criticism that they didn't used to get, that people now are deciding that even had a notion of thinking about signing up for their local high school association. They're not doing it.
Yeah.
They're not doing it because the officials are just getting killed on social media and everywhere else for these mistakes that are being made. And, you look at it and say, why do you want to do it? So here in Sacramento, we're dying for officials. I mean, hell, that's why we have games on Thursday nights, because we don't have enough officials to fill all the spots. And that's nationwide. It's just not here. And, if we could ever, that's why I kind of like to speak, about officiating. Once you speak to people and speak to organizations, they get a better appreciation for the officials. But, it's just gotten to the point right now where the shortage is so great around the country that people like myself, who have a foundation that gives scholarships to veterans to become sports officials, we're trying everything we can to get more people out. But it's got kind of, I hate to say it, but it's got kind of a bleak outlook.
Mr. Happy Mike Pereira with us today.
I know.
Hey, one more and then
it's a double. Make it a double, would you?
One more and then
I need a double.
One more and then it's Tito's time. I just want to speak to the fan in you. You mentioned you're a 49er fan. Do you think they're a playoff team this year? You think they find a way to get back to the playoffs, Mike?
I just don't. I mean, I think it's kind of one of those years where you're always staring at a key injury, and I think when you look at what they still have to go to Green Bay to play the Bills, I just think it's going to be tough. And I think Arizona's better than people thought they were going to be, and kind of the way that the NFC West is shaken out right now. I don't see a team, going to the playoffs maybe and not being. Not being the division winner. Now I know that, they can't say much for the NFC East either, but it's just, I think it's bleak. I think it's one of those years, and I hate that.
Great. Now I need a Tito's too.
Right.
I know,
Make it a double.
Ask me something that I can be happy about. I guess I don't have anything.
Nothing, huh? Darn.
Well, the holidays are coming, right? So yeah.
Holidays are coming. I will actually be in Dallas eating turducken after the Cowboys Giants game, and there's a really great game on Thanksgiving Day. But I'll be eating turducken after that game is over with the crew and with the broadcast crew, that is. And I'm certainly looking forward to that.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate your time very much. We're thrilled you're doing so well, Mike. We hope you have a happy holidays if we don't talk to you before, and we hope to talk to you again soon.
You got to be great anytime, guys.
All right. Thank you.
Cool.
Mike Pereira.
Yeah.
Woo. Big 49er fan.
See, I'm glad he said that, though, because he was, that call of the timeout. Like, now we could say it's a little bit of just a little inherent biasness there, right there. It's okay. It's all right.
Rules are rules. What do you think of the idea that Kyle Shanahan has lost the 49er locker room? That's something people are throwing around.
Are throwing that out.
A lot of 49er fans are very frustrated. Get rid of Kyle Shanahan. Mm-hmm. He's the problem. Somebody asked that question of Matt Barrows today in The Athletic. Has Kyle Shanahan lost the 49er locker room? And Matt Barrows said all of the leaders on the team, Trent Williams, George Kittle, Juszczyk, etc., he said they're all Kyle Shanahan devotees. He said, actually, that sentence might not be strong enough. So how about this? Those guys worship at the altar of Kyle. That's what he says. But he also goes on to say they've played a lot of games the last few years.
Right.
And it's taken a toll, and it takes a toll not only in terms of the injuries, but guys get tired mentally. They lose focus, and that's what's going on. That's why they're so sloppy. But Matt Barrows, who's right there with the team, says the guys are as devoted to Kyle Shanahan as they've ever been.
And maybe they are, Whitey. Maybe they are. But they could also just be gassed, too, right now, like you talked about. And that may be the issue with the 49ers this season. With that being said, and I know I got to take it with a grain of salt when mentioning this guy, Grant Cohn. He made an interesting point. And I'm not saying I agree with him or disagreeing with him. I'm just throwing this out there as sort of a talking point. He put out there on social media.
Is this today?
Yeah, I believe it was today. Kyle Shanahan's been there, 8 years or so? Usually a coach, if you don't turn over the roster, their message doesn't resonate as much. This core has been here for a few years now. I'm talking about Debo. I'm talking about Trent. Brock Purdy, third year. And do the Niners need, and this Grant didn't make this point, but do the Niners need some fresh blood, something to, change things up? I don't know if Kyle Shanahan's message is falling on deaf ears or not, but you look at a guy like Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh. He's coached a number of different iterations.
Right.
Kyle, to an extent, a little bit. You had the Jimmy G era and now the Brock Purdy era. But for the most part, the core has remained intact. Kittle, Juszczyk, Debo, I'm talking about that. And so does a coach, his words get stale after a while? I'm just throwing it out. I don't know. And is that what's happening with this team?
Yeah. Again, based on what Barra says, what he seems to be saying is, no, that's not an issue. Who knows? We're not in there. I think the fact that, you go back to the defensive coordinators that Kyle Shanahan had, and Saleh, when he was first year, the 49ers defense was terrible when Kyle first got there. People wanted to get rid of Robert Saleh.
Yep.
First couple of years. And then 2019, everything clicked. But, he was so fiery, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that defense played that way. And D'Amico Ryan's former player, he wasn't as adamant, as demonstrative as Saleh, but the team played that way. And since he left, let's face it, they've struggled to find the right guy.
Yeah.
And that's on them.
Right. Exactly.
That's on that. Kyle Shanahan's running the whole thing.
You've been here longer than me. You and Jay have been here. When I think of Saleh, when I think of D'Amico, I think of sort of an intensity, a aggressiveness. When I think of Steve Wilkes, when I think of Sorensen, do you get the same feeling with those? Right. Yeah.
And those are both really good football coaches.
Right.
That's not the issue.
But it's just a different.
Right. Steve Wilkes was clear, like from the jump almost, that, well, he's not quite in lockstep with Kyle, and he just didn't have the command of the unit.
Yeah.
Whereas with D'Amico and Saleh, it's like that was a defensive unit that was, they had a lot more cohesiveness.
Right. And was it last year? Did Kyle say he needed to become a little more hands-on with the defense after, and Steve Wilkes needed to come down and all that?
Yeah.
And do you think his hands are a little more involved in the defense than it was with D'Amico, Saleh? And is it because of a necessity, do you think?
Based on what I know, I don't think so. I think it's more like, look, this is what we're doing. And the coordinator's basically running the type of defense that Kyle wants. But, he's like, all right, you got it? Because I'm going back to my offense.
Okay.
That's his thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think his involvement is more like, what we're doing? Right. All right, you do it.
Okay.
I don't think he likes it when he has to, like last year, come down and go, we don't run cover zero with 3 seconds left in the half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's focused on the offense, but the defense has been, and maybe it's not just the coordinators. As you said, you got guys been there a long time and you got injuries, but the defense has just been kind of pretty good sometimes.
Pretty good.
Right?
It's been, yeah.
And I thought this year that was going to be the difference for them.
Right.
I thought the defense was going to be better.
And it's been solid, but not at the right time. You know what I mean? It's when you need a stop to win the game. I'm not talking the late fourth quarter. I'm talking the game is on the line.
Right.
Winning time. They haven't been able to get that stop.
Yeah. Like Rod Brooks told us today. Well, one of the problems is they don't score a lot in the fourth quarter, and the defense gives up a lot of points in the fourth quarter. And he's right.
Yeah,
and that's bad for a team that we're Super Bowl contenders.
That
no,
is
you're
bad.
not.
Right. No, you're not. And even a Niners fan like Mike Pereira, I thought he was going to go the other way and say, yeah, there's still time. There's still like he seems down right now on the team.
Does.
Right. And
like
I was
talking to
surprised.
Eeyore.
Right.
We're not going to make the playoffs. Are you guys ready for a little this day back the day quiz?
Yeah, I got to get some redemption.
Bounce back day for Kyle Draper.
Yes, 100%.
Next on Sacramento
Called a
Sports.
dynasty.
Join Sacramento State football this Saturday at 2 for the Causeway Classic versus UC Davis. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com.
Live and local. With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco! Paul George went up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people, obviously. But what's more, MediShare members like it a lot. Their satisfaction rate is 98%. Imagine that. And MediShare is a proven thing, too, for over 30 years. It's a Christian community of hundreds of thousands of people now. And here's the thing. If you join before November 30th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee So you save even more right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline is November 30th. So call now and you'll save even more. Here's the number: 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
So what if I need a new one? We have the right Duralast battery for you, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
To all you tool people out there, has Harbor Freight got a deal for you? Big savings every single day this November. Because we know that right now, when the price of everything only seems to go up, you need a place where prices stay low. So shop in-store or online for quality tools you can trust at prices you'll love every day. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
DC here, and if you've been thinking about a new car, you gotta see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia. You can always count on low payments and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
Check, check, and check. That's the sound of me getting a jump start on my holiday list. But I can't take all the credit. Kohl's makes it too easy. I got my daughter a mini instant camera, my husband his favorite cologne, my sister Kookaburra by UGG slippers, and that's just the beginning. Then I got 20% off some of my other gifts. Yep, it doesn't get better than Kohl's. Select styles. Offer valid to November 23rd. Coupons do not apply to Tech, Sephora at Kohl's, and Kookaburra by UGG. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now, during our Black Friday sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery when you add a base. And Cyber Monday. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Tunnel to Towers is a foundation that helps America's heroes by providing homes to first responder families. Get to Twin Peaks and donate $5 to Tunnel to Towers through November 30th and get $5 back to spend on yourself at Twin Peaks this December.
Toyota's Black Friday sales event ends soon. Take advantage of the biggest savings of the year and gear up for adventure in a legendary Toyota truck.
Ready, set, let's go.
Get $2,000 cash back on Tundra and Tundra Hybrid, or lease a Tacoma 4x4 for as low as $269 a month.
Ready, set, let's go.
The clock is ticking on Toyota's Black Friday sales event. Don't miss out. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers of premium ready credit ends 12/2/24.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Getting you ready for UC Davis basketball. It's coming up here on Sacktown Sports. Right now it's time for Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz for November the 20th. Kyle Draper, how did things go yesterday?
No, Jay got me. He was on fire yesterday.
It was a good match,
Yeah,
though.
he
was
got
one-sided, but it was a good match.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looking for a little payback tonight.
Jay,
I'm ready.
What'd you think of yesterday's match?
Oh, well, you know what happens, man.
Here we go.
It's like the Kings playing, a G League team. We ain't worried about this situation, man. And ain't no two-way players over there right now. So we took care of business.
Okay, all right. I see how it is.
We'll see how he does today. By the way, today is day 1 of the in-season tournament.
IST?
Yeah, the in-season tournament is a best of 7. So
really?
This is game 1 and a best of
and
7.
a best of 7.
Okay. In-season
all right.
holiday tournament.
All right, let's do it.
Royale. Can I bring Royale?
I haven't
That's my
decided
mascot.
yet what the winner gets, but there will be something for
Game 1.
winners.
Okay.
Game 1, yes. Everything in the quiz is based on things that happened on this date or is related to things that happened on this date. In these years, we have 1977-1 and 1977-2. We have 1983, 1990, 1997, and 1999.
Okay.
So, Jay, you're up first. 77, 77, 83, 90, 97, 99. Where do you want to go?
1999. Little Prince.
All right.
Little Prince.
I was dreaming when I wrote this. Okay. 1999. He reached 2,000 steals for his career on this date. And to this day, he is the only player in NBA history with 2,000 steals and 2,000 blocks.
Oh, that threw me off.
There is no multiple choice here. Who is he?
Oh, that threw me off.
This date, 1999, he reached 2,000 steals for his career. To this day, the only player in NBA history with 2,000 steals and 2,000 blocked shots, which, remember, they weren't keeping those officially till 73,
I'm about to say the late 70s? Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, the block shots threw me off.
Yeah, that's tough.
I had 2 or 3 guys. That is tough. See, I think Drake's might be closer to this because he does way more research than I do.
Research? Come on, Jay. I only researched on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Well, you have to because of the game. You can't be
you talking about
play-by-play.
All right.
You know, these are the things that you have to say, you know.
Yeah.
This guy reached 2,000. Well, you know it hasn't been done.
Jay stalling right now.
Yeah, I am. Thank you.
Yes.
Gosh, 2,000 blocks?
Yeah.
In 99.
Got to be a buzzer on this.
I'm going to
No.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
come
gonna have
on.
to let Drapes go.
You gotta let Drapes. Don't let Drapes pressure you into nothing. Why? This is your game.
This is about 2 minutes. This is about 2 minutes. Jay is stalling big time.
Basketball coming up.
All right, I'll just throw out somebody. I'm gonna go with Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant's not correct.
Yeah,
Drapes.
it's not. It's
This
too
date,
early.
1999.
Olajuwon.
Keem Olajuwon is correct.
Yeah, Jay.
I couldn't think. I was
sitting on that.
I was like
big fella.
sinners. I'm like David Robinson ain't got no 2,000
I was
steals.
sitting on that one. I was like, hopefully you don't get it.
I didn't do multiple because I thought that it might be too obvious.
Too
but
obvious. Yeah.
So, Drapes, you got the lead and you're up. 77, 77, 83, 1990, 1997.
97.
1997. AC Green.
AC
breaks the NBA record. He had a business around here, didn't he, recently?
I don't know.
I didn't know that.
Cold therapy, I think. Anyway, AC Green breaks the NBA record. Yes.
Oh, really?
For most consecutive games played. Currently holds the all-time record with 1,192. Who holds the longest current streak at 488 and counting?
Okay.
Harrison Barnes, Mikal Bridges, Kevon Looney.
That's a good question there.
488 games. Longest current consecutive game played streak. AC Green with the all-time record.
488 is the number?
Yeah. And counting.
4. Shoot.
Harrison Barnes, Mikal Bridges, Kevon Looney.
Mikal Bridges.
Mikal Bridges is correct.
Yeah. I knew it was either HB or Mikal, and I'm like, oh, which
HB
one?
won 78 of 82, like 2-3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
So I knew it wasn't HB.
Yeah. So, 2-0, Kyle Draper.
Jay in trouble.
Ain't nobody in trouble.
There's still plenty of pizza left in this box, Jay.
Absolutely.
77, 77, 83, 1990.
Let's go 90.
1990.
Larry Johnson.
It's a closest, too.
All right. Who's going first?
Drake's go first.
All right, I'll take it.
Drapes, this day, 1990, the Kings beat the Washington Bullets 87-82, but would then lose their next how many road games in a row? An NBA record. This day, 1990, Kings beat the Washington Bullets 87-82, but would then lose their next how many road games in a row, an NBA record.
Okay. 19, what year is this again?
They won the game in 1990, and then they went on a...
Read the question again. I'm sorry, I was...
That's all right. This day, 1990, the Kings beat Washington 87-82, but after that, they would lose their next how many road games in a row, which is an NBA record.
36.
36, Jay?
It's 37 because it's a little more than that.
It's 43.
Okay.
Oh, multiple seasons.
Yeah.
I was just thinking
I thought it was like 42,
Yeah.
40.
All right,
Yeah.
Jay got it. Okay. I was just thinking that season too, but it's multiple seasons.
I didn't even think of that, or I could have clarified.
Right,
It didn't cross my
okay.
mind. So 2-1.
Round ball rock.
Yeah.
Flying around in that round ball rock airplane.
Yeah, but never mind that. That's 43 road losses.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Drapes, you're up here. You're leading 2-1.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah.
77, 1983.
83.
1983 is the closest too.
Jay can go first.
Let's rock it.
All right, Jay. This day, 1983, Butch Woolfolk of the Giants. Butch Woolfolk.
Okay.
He set the single game record for rushing attempts.
Mm.
What is the current record, NFL record, set by Washington's Jamie Morris in 1988? So it's the rushing attempts record.
For a game or single game?
Yeah, single game.
Yeah.
I believe it's 43.
Drapes?
Damn, that's a lot, Jay. That's a lot. 42.
45.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was in there
good
somewhere.
guess, Jay. That's a lot of rushes, bro.
I saw this not too long ago. It was somewhere in the 40s.
43
Kyle
was
Ledbetter
Woolfolk
style.
on this date. He ran for 43, but
Okay.
then Jamie Morris in 88 broke it.
Ooh,
with
that's a
45.
lot. What is it? 2-2?
2-2.
Nice comeback. Jay.
Yeah. Go to
No Kyle
1977.
Ledbetter here, man.
for
Hands
our
are
final
free.
two. Yeah.
Hands-free phone over here, brother.
1977-1 or 1977-2, Jay?
71, number 2.
77, number 2. All right. Walter Payton rushes for a then record 275 yards.
Okay.
This date,
Get 2.
1977.
Okay.
I'll get back to you. Which of these players has not rushed for more yards in a single game since? You got me?
275?
275.
Okay.
Which of these guys has not rushed for more yards in a single game since? Jamal Charles, Corey Dillon, Sean Alexander.
Oh, I'm going to say...
For the lead.
Oh, Jamal Charles. I don't remember.
It's a tough one.
Yeah. Sean ran for a soft 3.
I may just guess.
I'm going Jamal Charles.
Jamal Charles is not correct.
What were the other ones?
The other two, Corey Dillon or Sean Alexander. Walter Payton ran for 275, this date 77. Which player has not rushed for more yards in a single
Corey
game
Dillon.
since?
No, it's Sean.
Sean
I thought he had one big game.
Yeah,
Nah.
66.
Yeah.
That's what it
But
was.
Corey Dillon
Yeah.
had 278, and Jamal Charles had 295.
I couldn't remember if Jamal's was with passing and receiving.
Okay.
So we're all even.
2-2. Is this the
Yes.
final one or we got two more?
This is the final one, but we have overtime.
That's on Drapes, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Drapes. Come on, man.
Yeah. What receiver, this date 1977, starts his then record streak of 177 games with at least one catch? Of course, Jerry Rice holds the current record,
Yeah.
but what receiver, 77, starts his then record streak of 177 games with at least one catch? Art Monk, Steve Largent, Charlie Joyner. For the win.
Steve Largent.
He's got it.
Yeah.
Kyle Draper with the win. A dramatic 3-2 victory. No, very well played match today.
Yeah, that was a tough match. Good job, Jay. As soon as he started that question, I'm like, it's Steve Largent. That's Steve Largent.
Good match.
That was a
came
good
back.
one. Jay made it interesting.
Yeah. Have a good flight.
Thank you.
La
Yeah.
La Land.
Yes. I'll check in on Friday. I'll be back.
All right, what you got playing tomorrow, man?
Look, I'm going just hanging, bro.
Where you hanging?
I ain't got nothing planned. Why you in my business,
I'm
bro?
just checking big time.
We're-
Trying to be a helping
We're
friend.
staying in
right?
Santa Monica for the first time, so I'm exploring
Oh, yeah,
Santa
you
Monica.
about to hit 4th Street. Yeah, you about to
I'm
get it in.
out. Yep.
Gonna look for your wallet, right?
Look for my wallet. That's
There you
right. I
go.
left it at the beach.
UC Davis basketball is next right here. Thanks for listening to Sacktown Sports.
Join Sacramento State football this Saturday at 2 for the Causeway Classic versus UC Davis. Get your tickets at HornetSports.com.